Legris, what's up? Millen, Egla, Fletcher, Wagwan. So big up all the people on Bolo VNR 2.0. We're live. Big up all the people on Bolo VNR clips. We are live. Please guys, let's get this video to at least 10,000 likes and 2,000 shares. Let's get this video out. So ladies and gentlemen, a viral clip of girl on. You have a viral clip of girl on there. And Holness has declared war on the people of Jamaica. Man said, me no afraid of nobody. And if a war. That the man saying on the missus so. War for information. Him a war against lies. Well, that means saying a war with himself. Because nobody no lie like him. What go on, Antonio? Not true. Who lie like Andrew? Lie this man on the earth. Me no book up one more yet. So based off of my experience, Andrew Holness had the lie this man on earth. You can't say a lie, me I tell you my experience that. Me never book up a man liar than Andrew. Never book up a man liar than Andrew Holness. I the lie this man on earth. What me know about. Yeah, me. What me know about. That's me. Lie this man on the earth. So now we are going to expose some lies. Zine. The Prime Minister of Jamaica. Embarrassing. I declare war upon people on social media. The Prime Minister of Jamaica. Thin skin. Can't take the truth. And what kind of tone? May I show you how the man irresponsible. May I show you how Andrew irresponsible. What kind of tone Andrew has set?
Mr. Holness, sir, I saw a video with you circulating where you're saying that you don't afraid of nobody.
I video me I go for now. Peter?
There's one thing that people say about me. Me not afraid of nobody. All who want to make me one. Me we go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk I will respond to it. And that you would have seen with the government. Man come out with foolishness, we respond, not so. Yeah. So make them, and as many means as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war. I see so many pictures of persons.
So you hear that? Andrew Holness declare war against misinformation. But we have said, Andrew, if you declare war against misinformation, you have to declare war against yourself and your government. Remember, say you say people are get tracked, you know. And then the Minister of Information say nobody is being tracked. A long time when I spread misinformation, I don't know. So if you want to war, misinformation, look at the man in the mirror. I'm asking you to change your ways. Well, look at the man in the mirror, bro. Who lie like Andrew? Andrew, I lie this man on 2 foot. He lie at this Prime Minister in the history of the world. Me never see a man lie like Andrew Holness. I must himself. I demons them when him go fight in the Anissa. I must see demons them. No, this not funny, but me have to laugh. As a matter of fact, boy, I play one little part of Anissa Bell Rose car. I say one little piece. People. No, I didn't say I didn't do wicked. So boy never sick. It well soon, my sister. So boy never sick. My box come up and say, yo, the man say him a war. Him not afraid of nobody. Me play again. Andrew say him not afraid of nobody, sir. Andrew say me not afraid of nobody. You hear that?
There's one thing that people say about me. Me not afraid of nobody.
And then you know me and Mr. Wayne know some say something. Leprechaun Wagwan. Remember when my girl did say if a war, and you hear how them demonize her, and now Andrew Holness I use the same terminology while being the Prime Minister of Jamaica. How much time has he tried to set the people against each other? Government badness, Andrew Holness. That song that when him elevate, when him take on, when him never fight against the song. Him use it on him campaign. Government badness, Andrew Holness. We remember, the man has been subtly showing us who he is. And if I want to go like so, I don't want to open the eye, but here we go on. I'm here for it. Me there feed Andrew. I know me, hey, me gonna link up all I guru them. We have all I clips them with you. Because we are going to show the Andrew that deceive the people and act like say my good smarty, and we are going to show the true Andrew Holness, where you get certain levels of power now, and you have certain people behind you from around the world, and you're in your heart and you this and you that, and you feel like say you're all powerful. And me not afraid of nobody, you better afraid of God. Because it's that vessel where you walk around with. God not even have to snap your finger. All God have to do is raise up your finger like so, and I done, you're done. You remember good. You better afraid of God. Boy, you know, me no afraid of nobody. So who afraid of nobody? I God alone afraid of. Nobody not afraid of nobody. But you look like you want somebody afraid of you. Because you come out with these types of postures. You don't even fit to be a prime minister. You come up with them type of... What I mean, only a dictator speak like this, when they really think about it, you know. When they really think about it, only a dictator speak like this.
We are talking about loan generators, and the donated generators must go to
sense. The people who tell lies, we cannot allow them to win. So we will have it out.
Andrew, more tell us, you know, say you're late to the blouse and skirt party. You see, when me know for myself and my colleagues them, all of us are fighting against the lies them where your government tell. You hear me say? Some of them are fight from before me, and me can join the fight last year. Because we realize it's a liar. You hear me say? All that we are fight against that, we are fight this war against lie and misinformation. How long now? How long now we are fight against this war against misinformation? Carrying war, go and carry leprechaun big up. Antonio say Marlon Morgan forward to the front of the class. DJ, where I say DJ big up. I see some people on TikTok. What going over here, so? Me know me see Judith. Me know me see Febby say right. There's a big up Febby. Big up all that people and we are support the platform on TikTok and on YouTube. You know what I mean? Oh, that lady Kiki. Thanks to the follow. New Jams 25. Big up yourself. Andrew Holness declare war. So Andrew Holness saying can't answer everybody. Here we go on. You see all that people that we are speak truth on the internet. I want you guys to be more critical of Andrew Holness now more than ever. Don't make nothing slide. Make a meme for every lie we him tell. Make a meme for every nonsense we him tell. You heard what I said? Because all of us don't have the same wit, you know. Some of us see certain things we him say and match it to other things. We want to turn up the thing. We want to turn up the heat for Andrew Holness. Because you know what? The fire is reaching him. And that is why he's reacting like this, talking about war. Andrew Holness is being exposed. The world stage exposing all of the big internet over. So we're not going to war them. We're not going to war ITV or CNN or Fox News. We're not going to war them. When them come out and show the people them are dead for hungry. And the government they stagnant and now move. Right? I know them a tell lies. Them still a tell lies. Say the people them don't need ID, you know. And TRN and nothing go say no. Right? And our brother from East Portland, Isaac Buchanan, came out twice on 3 different platforms as a matter of fact. I make you know say him have to get the people them ID to give them the aid. No ID, no aid. And them still a tell like, hey, bun me no man. Yo, you know so that one day I want to sort him when I not like offer. Because them continue to like people. Let me make you hear something from talk about Andrew Holness. Dirty Josh Davis. Hey, let me tell you something, man. Away there. Yeah, Josh Davis, that's son. The man they lie. Man, if you lie, sir, brother.
The Minister of Transport, Energy, just of lending down them and then Vaz gave more on it in reaction to the venting about the generators. Is almost is almost equal to the number of videos about the ID for food lie, okay?
This a money I call people video. This a money I call people video and it's on mainstream media. No one of them fire from CVM. I call people video on social media. I be a capping cap for Andrew, you know. Nationwide and them, you know. Be a lie them telling you.
People now are saying, how is it that the government will lend the 400 generator? If you give the people of the generator, Vaz is saying, well, if we have 400 generators and there are about 200,000 people who don't have electricity, how do you propose we give away the 400 to the 200,000 people?
You know, I don't know who this said them to give away, but I have outlined a plan because it seems like them said them smart but them dumb at the same time. Because I'm talking about, oh, you're gonna give away. Sexy Slim Wagwan, my baby. Oh, you're gonna give away. Oh, you're gonna give away. It's simple, brother. You create a station where everybody can go, centralized, you know, like several communities can access. You use your navigational skills. So we're safe, helicopter can land, and you make a big tent or something. And you drop one 4 generator for run that. So people will want to charge them phone, police and everything there, soldier, everything. Everything there. I outlined this weeks ago about the generator. When they come up with the generator thing and I talk about Len, I say, Len, if you Len, you are Len one, you are, and then you see, when him the first talk about Len, you know, him never say, Len police, you know. It's when the criticism start knocking and start sticking in their ribs, you hear me talk about, yeah, you know, they were going to let them know them have sense and them stupid at which school them go. At which school you go? Which school you go as a prime minister for you to realize say, a simple thing. No letting have no thing, brother. Emergency people must suffer around here. Get the tents out, get the generators them out, put it on a centralized location, move swiftly. Swiftly. That's what I was saying on my platform. Right? You say, all right, you don't have enough generator. Brother, we understand. So use 4 generator or whatever you calculate to see the areas that were affected all over. How much tent you go build or how much facility you go build, temporary facility for people can shelter and have light and everything like this close to the background. So you know, so they can do some recreational things when to take their mind off of the stress that they're around them. Them have light, them generator, them have the Starlink them put up. And then 1 or 2 Starlink. You do the thing like that, bro. As me say, police and soldier for always present, MP for present, councillor for present, that's centralized up there. So everything on monitor and right there, so now you can put all of the food now, and all of the relief them now, right there, so. And the people they know say, yo. And then you have these, you know, you have extenuating circumstances where you have people live far out. Now the soldier them when they have to go traverse far out. We're gonna make sure say whoever live far out get these things. But at least you have a centralized hub, bro. What the generator them are use. What is the use of the generator them are sit down while people want light? You know how long it gonna take JPS to get back light in some place? So why me have sense and uno not have none and then I go on like say uno have sense when we don't have any? Right? When we get caught up and get criticized, you don't know which way to turn. If you didn't have a plan from the start, that makes sense, you would have tell us the full plan. Instead of coming out and I talk about, oh, we're going to lend generator. Are your fault? You open up your big mouth and I chat foolishness, and when they get criticized for foolishness, you want to go and say people foolish. Are you foolish? Take some responsibility for once in your life. Prime Minister. I mean, you know, honestly, I tell you about that radio.
And everything equal, everything fair. People must say no matter, just give the generator them and watch the face. You can't lend the people.
Brother, lie I tell. Nobody never say that. Nobody never say that.
The Vaz's logic is this. Yes, but we lend you the generator. When power is restored to your ear, we take back the generator and lend it to somebody else.
That's a foolishness. I'm going to tell you why you're rubbish. Because Andrew Holness say, them are going to go to the most affected areas them. But if you reach most affected areas them, that means the light reach everywhere. So how you going to take back the generator them now? Figure to who? Nobody when affected. Man, them things that people are boom. The people are idiot. Eh? We are much all of them the foolishness, the brother. Jamaica will start using the brain. Because the government are going to start, and them are doing most misinformation right now. They are telling most lie. And I try to put it on we so we are tell lie. No, what I'm saying is, if your plan is to reach the most affected person, see, and say, all right, you're going to deal with the people in another area there, and business and they not like it. Well, you give them a generator for use. Light come back. And they are going to take back the generator when light come back. So which other area affected after that? Where? Come on, bro. Come on. Stop it. Most people not going to need a generator after that. You're almost at the end of the rope because of the most affected area of them. You understand what I say? So this lending of the thing, no, my G. Let me tell you why I foolishness. You see, one next time I go coming up. You see the centralized hub where they make? They need to have them same way. They need to have them same way. This is a point where we can land just in case one is category 5 storm come again. That space here is a central point. You have to think ahead. So them same generator there are going to need it for that time there when the time come, because this is not going to be the last storm. I just common sense, bro. What's up, Sass 81? It's just common sense. Right?
Don't get the restoration of their power supply yet. Yes. People don't want to hear that. Them say the generator they must run now, run the 400, and it don't matter if 200,000 people don't have light, just give it the 400.
I need us to think and be reasonable. Think and be reasonable.
And them alone have sense now, and they're fool. See, I just think and be reasonable.
Clean over the lending of the generator statement from the Prime Minister. The number of videos that have been made about the generator, God have mercy, who tell, well, the Prime Minister had said something about low the generators to the government did receive 400 generators. Energy, telecoms, 400 generators. Darylva, people are saying no matter, just, but we lend you the generator. Somebody else who don't get the restoration of their powers run now, run the 400, and it don't matter if 200,000 people don't have light, just give it the 400.
I need us to think and be reasonable. Think and be reasonable. You know, giving away 400 generators, you get back like somebody else at a corner shop who could benefit from the generator, but it was given to you and you're not giving to nobody else. No, it cannot work like that.
Oh boy.
The approach that has been taken by the government, I think, is the right approach. Yeah, a corner shop is benefiting now. Obviously, everybody won't get back light at the same time. When you get back light, you pass on the generator to somebody else.
You see corner shop, the corner shops that they're talking about, they are not even, some of them not rebuild them yet. So the corner shop are just one business. The idea that I am, Joanne, what's up? The idea that I am giving benefits the community. Right? And like I said, it's after Holness get criticized. That is the time when they hear him talking about put the generator in the police station. What did I say? You're going to create a centralized hub where the police and the soldiers are. Because security is important. I already mapped that out, brother. I now get paid $28 million a year. It's not a rocket science, but they are. And them seem to not walk on cell phone them, and them seem to not serve the people in our way, but actually I benefit the people. But me I try to find one part that's how him say something.
And then the generators, once everybody get back, like, go into storage. But this is a situation we're in. There could be a hurricane.
This comes from two things. One, our politicians over time have been less than honest in their dealings and their handling of public resources. So people have a right to be suspicious of them. And then two, our politicians themselves. Everybody's saying that the government in power is the most corrupt government ever, not realizing that what you're effectively telling people is that politicians are corrupt, and you as a politician are not immune from the smear that you're attempting to leave.
Brother, the man then corrupt. Argument done.
Permanently on your political
rival. What you talking about?
Yeah, or politicians need to wise up to this. There are two dons on this matter, or politicians. If you say your political rival is corrupt, all you're doing is just fortifying in people's minds that all politicians.
You know, so that brother ain't no sense. Him not have no damn sense. If me come and say you a thief, we not there for the same team, you know. Me say you a thief. How is that me telling everybody say we a thief? It's not like me point for somebody in the PMP as a PMP and say, yo, you a thief. And then point back for me and say, me a thief. In that regard, I would say, yo, them are calling one another thief, right? I've never heard that, Sandra, where a government lends relief aid. I have never heard that before. Only in Jamaica. I've never heard it. I ain't saying it never happened, but I ain't never heard it. I have never heard that.
Are corrupt, and then when you get in charge and you are in office, you're going to do the same thing that you say your colleague, your rival is doing, because people are going to say it's what politicians do. So when you make a bed, spread up nice fitted sheet, yeah, matching pillowcases, yeah man, don't lay down and sleep. Yeah, but yeah, the government and the 400 generators, it can't satisfy the whole 200,000 people who are still without lights. So they're lending it to some, and then when them people get back light, they take them and lend them to other people. And if that is unfair, let me know what else we say. As simple as that. Yes, this issue now of the generators, Lord have mercy on my soul.
Yes, that's another one.
So, remember last week we were...
No, I don't know why we have one part in my talk about the let me see if I can find it also. Come on, address it now. Me just upset.
Yes, this issue now of the generators, Lord have mercy on my soul.
Yes, that's another one.
Remember last week we were telling the listeners that the rumor was that the government got 4,000 generators that tucked away in a warehouse. And the word was that the generators came from Venezuela. Yeah, all right. So that was the no such thing as 4,000 generators. No, 400 generators. Darrell Vaz, the Minister of Transport, Energy, Telecoms, he posted on Twitter to say that, yes, the government did receive 400 generators and is in the process of lending the generators to some people in some communities. Lord have mercy. Well, the Prime Minister had said something about loaning the generators first, because he said we get some generators, we're going to loan them, and then Vaz gave more on it in reaction to the venting of spleen over the lending of the generator statement from the Prime Minister. The number of videos that have been made about the generators is almost equal to the number of videos about the ID for food lie.
All right. Thank you. At this part of more. These are germs, yeah. Drunk crop. Let me tell you something. Play that.
The number of videos that have been made about the generators is almost equal to the number of videos about the ID for food lie. Okay.
The ID for food lie. Backside. Boy. Me I go pull up the ID for food. Me I go pull up the ID for food, you know. TikTok. I want me to send that video there. Where are you there? See it here? Listen to this. Listen to this. This are the youth that come out with it.
To receive aid in Bullet Tree, Petersfield, Westmoreland,
yes,
we had to present ID and TRN to the JDF personnels. This is something I don't want to keep talking about. But if people keep saying I'm lying, I'm gonna keep talking, because guess what? I'm not lying, and I got no reason to lie. They didn't ask for identification regarding any house that was damaged or rebuilding of house or nothing like that.
All right. Me link this youth up on TikTok, you know. I reached out to him. For all my Americans out there, I want you to understand what I'm saying. I reached out to him in regards to the rumor, well, not the rumor, what he said about needing ID to collect food. And if you never have the ID, you couldn't get the food. And it is Petersfield, Westmoreland. And I reached out to him and I said, brother, they put out an article in the newspaper and the government said that is a lie. Nobody need ID for food. What they need ID and TRN for is housing. Housing supplies. That's what the government said, you know. So now, this video was done. This video was done 18th of November. The things I'm talking to you about happened before that, weeks before that. You understand? About a week and a half, it came up about ID and TRN. Reached out to him. This is Rory Vassell, Rory digital marketer. If you listen to the youth talk, you know that the youth intelligent. You understand? And he's not an emotional person. But obviously, the people in his honest post telling saying that he's lying. You know the lab rat them will follow everything the government say I don't do. Everything they don't do comparative analysis and look and search and dig. Them just listen to what the government said because the government want that, you know. You see, what Andrew Holness, you know, and his government, you know, is working on, you know, is to program Jamaica for total compliance, you know. What do you think COVID-19 exercise was? An exercise of total compliance. Take the joke and get water. That those are skirt Christopher Tufton said. Take the joke and get water. He said that. This person said the propagandist. Goodbye. Why are you here? Why are you here? Are you calling me a propagandist? Nikki H. Are you calling me a propagandist? Them say, take the aid. If you want the water in the community, Christopher Tufton said, if you want water, I bet you take the joke. So they were promoting the joke. Right? Oh, Nikki, me understand. Big up yourself. Trust me. Me trigger finger wicked enough, but Almighty talk to me sometime, and then me listen to him say, and then me look for you something and say, oh, she follow me. Boop, 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 boop. All right. You're good, man. Don't worry yourself. What I'm saying is, them tell the people, them say, if they want water, then take the joke. It was all about compliance, ladies and gentlemen. If you notice, the one world order system that they want to come in with the digital system, is about compliance. The only way for us to peacefully disable their system is non-compliance. Total non-compliance. We not take none. We not take no ID. We will live off our land. We don't want none of the system. We not pay none of the tax. We can't follow way up and tell we where to buy food from and them up there. Andrew Holness needs system is an offset of the digital system of total compliance. Sometimes I really like getting at certain things, you know, but as the Lord leads me. as the Lord leads me. Let me go to Instagram. I'm just come across some video a while ago. See? In England, ladies and gentlemen, the people are in the streets. Right? The people are in the streets.
Right now. And I'm not talking about this protest. Yeah, there's a big protest. People are saying no to digital ID. But quietly, many different banking institutions in the United Kingdom just added a particular feature onto their app. And you will be absolutely shocked because people called this, oh, no big deal, a few decades ago, and now it's happening. Check this out. As of today, a United Kingdom bank starts monitoring carbon footprint of what you buy. NatWest has updated their banking app, so it will now monitor your carbon footprint based upon what you purchase. This will soon be tagged to your digital ID, no doubt. So check this out. Fun and leisure, 244 kilograms of CO2 emissions. They're calculating your emissions. And right now it's just like a fun thing for people to track, like how much did I emit? But eventually it will be, excuse me, you have reached your daily quota. And you don't want to emit any more carbon than this because then we will freeze your account or something. Now I know it's right now this is happening all the way in the UK. It's not here yet, so everything's chill. But I can tell you, it all becomes first voluntary. Right now they're launching digital ID throughout many different states. And right now it is literally voluntary. But I can tell you, once 60, 70, 80% of people have voluntarily got the digital ID because there's some convenience or some, maybe there's a fee, like a discount you get if you have a digital ID. Eventually, once the percentage is high enough, it will become, hey, you have until this and this date to get a digital ID. This is the...
Yo, if you guys remember the NITs, that is exactly what they said. They were encouraging people to take the NITs. Because the more people took it, it's the more it's validated and it's a system and it works. So the few people that fight against it, no voucher, no food. Come on, man. No voucher, no food. We're going to get to it. Because it's all connected, ladies and gentlemen. It is all connected. The first time the NITs came out originally, you would get a fine. Go and read it up. Them carry them to court feet and them have to remix the NITs. You thank God to the PMP and Mark Golding. Right? They had to get a fine, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not take the NITs according to the first legislation, you would be fined. Remember the young man that stood up, now the doctor, to Andrew Holness and asked him about the NITs, and you don't have no moral authority. Why do you think he get angry? Because that's what Andrew Holness does. Anytime you ask him critical questions and he's in a corner that exposes him to be the wicked that he is, he becomes defensive and goes on the attack. The man a good con artist, man. He is very good. Well, I'm not going to say he's very good because he not trick me. He's very good for trick. Oh no, well, got you a trick. You know yourself. When I talk about people when I watch me, we have sense. When I talk about the one when I watch you replay, the look elaborate them. The one when they in that corner over there, so, and one type and can't type because they know if they type the foolishness, I go block them. Them me attack, them trick. Oh no, them trick. Yo, you know much family members, so me are well labor right. I'm bridging. I used to let me see one of them. Come like him come to his senses. I'll go and Bolo. Pick up yourself, bro. You know yourself. Yo, the man vexed with me. Why the man vexed with me? Vex. See, I'm the animal drink yesterday. Pick up my friend. Anyway, moving on. And the man, me I show the man certain vibes and the man I say, yo, dog, a real thing, you know? The man say, bro, a real thing. Oh, the man if you do that. And I show the man the evidence. You see me I say? People will come out on a die-hearted foolishness. I'm telling you already. If I did PMP, I do it, I burn them out the same way. If I did Mark Golding, I burn them out the same way. Anybody I do this, Andrew do, them I get burned out. Straight up. You see me? Anyway, we are move on. So the youth now, I go back to the youth. With the digital, with the ID for food.
To receive aid in Bullet Tree, Petersfield, Westmoreland, we had to present ID and TRN to the JDF personnels. This is something I don't want to keep talking about. But if people keep saying I'm lying, I'm going to keep talking because guess what? I'm not lying and I got no reason to lie. They didn't ask for identification regarding any house that was damaged or rebuilding of house or nothing like that. It was for food. They came with water before, they issue out the water. We didn't have to use ID for the water. But when the chopper came back, they asked us to present our identification. I went there, I had to leave, come back home, search up the place, couldn't find it. I found the expired one with the receipt on it. That's the one I found and take it back with me around here. I didn't get through. I was about 4 or 5 persons behind to get through because I'm in the line for about an hour to an hour and a half. And they came with...
Yo, why would somebody make this up? The man had to go back for his ID. Couldn't find him ID and get the one with the paper on it. They in the line for 1 hour and never get through. To get food from the JDF that the government send the relief. Why would somebody lie about this? And then the MP, Mr. Isaac Buchanan from East Portland, spoke about this on his platform and other people's platform that I recorded, that is posted on the internet. And him go on Partner Chat TV and talk about it too. And I'm not hide. So why the government never said, you know, what it is that we have to take the ID and the TRN because we need to log and the data, and we just want to make sure there's accountability. You see, Andrew Holness, let me tell you, one of his kryptonite is that he really cares about the people them and how them think about him. You remember when him say he is past the fame or having the admiration of the people, as he's above that because he has reached another level now. Something to that effect. Remember when he said that? It is a lie from the pizza here, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Holness is worried about the people and how the people view him. Right? So this thing, of course he's a narcissist. This thing with the ID, it look bad. Oh, people need aid for ID, forget ID for aid. What kind of foolishness is that? And he said it out his own mouth. I played the video, the first press conference that Andrew Holness did. He said, not because it's an emergency. I don't want you guys to think that you can go above what is the rules and the laws. Right? We have to get the ID, they have to get their identification. And it's not, it was like he was telling the whole administration, everybody and all the government, we must follow this to the T. So now when people like me and others realize it, him now just talk and somebody said stop the line, he never said that. Thank you for saying that. Stick around, I'm gonna play it. JIS, I'm gonna play it. October 28, 2025. Yo, sometimes I like when the lab then come poke out them head, you know, because you're gonna get black after this when you play this now. I like when you poke out to the head, man. I like when you poke out to the head. JIS News. As a matter of fact, I have it on my I have a playlist called Evidence. I have it on my evidence list.
We will bring information to people where they are and in the forms they use.
I have it on my evidence list, ladies and gentlemen. JIS News. Alright? October 28th. Live. It was a live stream. October 28th. 4 weeks ago. Was it 4 weeks ago? Let's see. Another one? Oh no. They have a date on it. My bad. I just saw it a while ago. October 28th was the date. And here it is. Here it is. October 28th.
You know,
cure your animals. If you're inside, you stay in between walls that are not close to the to your outer walls in terms of your structures. Because if your structure is
this is one October 28th. About 3 press conferences then do. The next one then. Was it the 30th? Where is the Prime Minister? First press conference he did. That the one that make me a talk about. Well, remember when everybody when I said, where's the Prime Minister? Yeah. Very first press conference he did. That's the one. That's the one when him doing the soon find it people. I'm have to find it in the car. Unless them take it down. 25th. Are you 25th? Can you see it? That one they know playing.
To know if you're in a flood-prone area, if you're in a low-lying area, you need to take note. If you're near to a river course or a gully, you need to also take special note and find some alternative location.
All right, thank you very much for those questions.
Good morning, everyone. Mahir Stewart, Nationwide News here.
Live.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Gully banks.
Sorry about that. See that? What do you mean at the blue suit and what your man like this? Wrong date. This was what? What was something a while ago?
And documents. Put them in a Ziploc bag, tie them up in a plastic bag. As this is going, they too require that the resources that are given.
October 24th, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. JIS TV special press conference briefing preparing for a tropical storm, Melissa. Listen to the Prime Minister.
Philanthropically is accounted for. So there would be an accounting process. So in practical terms, because this is going to be a weather event that is likely to be a heavy rain event, you should protect your important documents. Put them in a Ziploc bag, tie them up in a plastic bag, keep them somewhere safe, because we're going to need to be able to identify you in order to facilitate a very quick recovery process. If you live Hurricane Beryl and we saw the roof damage, and then when we landed and saw the damage up front, what was clear is that the roofs that were damaged did not use the building code requirements in their construction. It is not too late to make adjustments and modifications to ensure that your roof is protected. The government will launch a very comprehensive humanitarian and recovery strategy.
You hear that?
After the event. But the
humanitarian and recovery strategy. What does humanitarian mean? Humanitarian aid, recovery. Listen.
For that to work effectively.
For it to work.
The beneficiaries.
Yes.
The people who would require support and assistance.
Yes.
Must have identification. There is a view that because it is a disaster, all the rules are suspended.
What?
I hasten to advise everyone, in particular the permanent secretaries, the heads of departments and the accounting officers and the ministers, there is no suspension of accountability rules, even in a disaster. And every dollar that is spent has to be accounted for. Same people who are screaming that we need it now, are the same people who will turn around and say, where did you spend that money?
Where the man say, where the drunk credit will come from my page a while ago. And I say a lie, me I tell. The man never said that. Come off on my page. Come off. No apology. Don't you ever come on. If you don't know something, don't come tell me say a lie, me I tell. Move up. We do not die-heartedness. Get away. Here the man say, the man beat all of the people them. Alright? All of the people them. All of the agency them. Where you say E, right? Yes, Bolo. Don't stop repeating it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna click this part up. The timestamp on this. Let me see.
In that it is essentially 2 miles per hour. We have heard 60 miles per hour, so it is strengthening. Whatever happens, the projection is that it will come closer to Jamaica. And we would be affected, one way or the other, by either rain and wind, or just rain. So whatever happens, there will be, we can safely say, there will be an impact. Something will happen. The likely impact would be net mean a structure and possibly some impact on upkeep. Take precautions to prevent leaks, thought and construction, modifications.
Sorry, it's so low, but I'm going to record it now.
Protected. Very comprehensive to ensure that your roof is protected.
All right. Let me just do it like this quick and fast. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, it's a brother Bolo of VNR, and this is for evidence purposes. Because you see, you have a lot of lab rats that come out and try to talk about, oh, you're telling lies on the Prime Minister, you never said that. Well, more want to listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. All right, me no need to say no. This was October 24th, 2025, JIS press conference. As a matter of fact, here we go.
The government will launch a very comprehensive humanitarian and recovery.
You see when me record it and play it back, it go high. Anytime I go up on OBS
after the event,
it
work effectively.
It cut out. The volume goes down. I haven't been able to fix that yet. That's why I'm not really use OBS neither like that.
Identification.
Juicy lips, what's up, baby?
There is a view that because it is a disaster,
Wagwan T-comes,
all the rules are suspended.
Bishop, big up yourself.
I
Garfield.
listen to advise everyone, in particular the permanent secretaries, the heads of departments and the accounting officers and the ministers. There is no suspension of accountability rules, even in a disaster. And every dollar that is spent has to be accounted for. The same people who are screaming that we need it now, are the same people who will turn around and say, where did you spend that money?
Joan, what's up?
So there is no break in accountability.
Taros,
we ask the cooperation of our citizens in providing proper identification so we can track where the benefits go, who receive the benefits, and for what reason. This is also important when it comes to not just accounting to ourselves, which we must, but it is highly likely that we will get international donor funding and philanthropic support. And they too require that the resources that are given philanthropically is accounted for. So there would be an accounting process. So in practical terms, because this is going to be a weather event that is likely to be a heavy rain event, you should protect your important documents. Put them in a Ziploc bag, tie them up in a plastic bag, keep them somewhere safe, because we're going to need to be able to identify you in order to facilitate a very quick recovery process. If you live on gully banks, if you live in river courses, if you live in areas that were flooded.
So I have the script now in my gauntlet.
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, it's a banner of this is for evidence. Remember said that, right? More after the listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we need to send up this of October 24th, 2025.
Alright.
The government will launch a very comprehensive humanitarian and recovery strategy after the event. But for that to work effectively, the beneficiaries, the people who would require support and assistance, must have identification. There is a view that because it is a disaster, all the rules are suspended. I hasten to advise everyone, in particular the permanent secretaries, the heads of departments and the accounting officers and the ministers, there is no suspension of accountability rules, even in a disaster. And every dollar that is spent has to be accounted for. The same people who are screaming that we need it now, are the same people who will turn around and say, where did you spend that money? So there is no break in accountability. And we ask the cooperation of our citizens in providing proper identification so we can track where the benefits go, who received the benefits and for what reason. This is also important when it comes to not just accounting to ourselves, which we must, but it is highly likely that we will get international donor funding and philanthropic support. And they too require that the resources that are given philanthropically is accounted for. So there would be an accounting process. So in practical terms, because this is going to be a weather event that is likely to be a heavy rain event, you should protect your important documents. Put them in a Ziploc bag, tie them up in a plastic bag, keep them somewhere safe, because we're going to need to be able to identify you in order to facilitate a very quick recovery process. If you live on gully banks, if you live...
All right. So, Isaac Buchanan, right? Because I go over this again, you know. Because we are going to just destroy the lies, them, you know, because it's a war against lies, right? So, it don't matter who telling the lie, whether it's the Prime Minister or not, it's war. Let's go. All right. So, Isaac Buchanan, I'm going to find the exact date where Isaac Buchanan came on. Because on that same day when Isaac Buchanan shared his story, which was 2 weeks ago, after that, no, not the same day, about 6 days after that, Andrew Holness run out. Listen to this.
Dollars that I in with all my heart and might about human rights and what human dignity looks like. I mean, I can share with you. I'm giving out care package and I'm in pain because I have to be telling people whether they're old, whether they're sick, whatever, no matter what condition they are in, take your victim as you find them and say, I have a strict mandate from the STC and the ministry and the government that I must take your TRN and your ID so that you can document that you receive a care package, because the package is not, it has a value. It's your tax dollars that is giving you the packages, even when the food is donated from.
Isaac Buchanan, November 13. Right? And I believe sometime after that, I think it was the 16th, they had a press conference. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. The 19th, right? The 19th. This has to be the one. When you look at white woman come. See?
But it will have on it some of our elder statesmen, persons from civil society, $6 billion, what they can. And then building support, we have to consider some relief. At a later stage, we'll go into more details, but the plan is for, in the initial phase, for the NHD to purchase 5,000 container homes. And those will be, some of them will be for sale. So with a program with the NHD, you will be able to purchase. Some of them will be used to build getting the care housing schemes which you can purchase.
That was 2 days ago.
A portion of them will be made available through social remittances. We need those government itself operating again. Will also be purchasing back to some level of normalcy, so that we can have the transparency and the accountability that everyone is calling for. We don't understand.
And some people have to turn back. No, we could go right as now with Mr. Holness.
That we have moved the products, the humanitarian supply, into the community as quickly as possible. But that can't go on forever. And once we start to make huge expenditures on humanitarian relief, we must be able to give a certain level of certainty that the expenditure went to the beneficiary. And so we actually need a system where that can be done. And the voucher systems or the cards provide that kind of support. So for that to happen, we need shops to get back up, and we need the ATM machines to start working. We need the remittances, the remittance houses that you can go and collect your remittances. We need those to start operating again, so we get back to some level of normalcy. so that we can have the transparency and the accountability that everyone is calling for without understanding the dynamics that you have to first put in place in order to achieve that. And so we are well on our way working with that. Mr. Hill, at the end, we have given up to others. We have no record of the end beneficiary. Because of any identification, we have not asked for anybody to provide their TRN. In this phase of the relief, it's about just getting the food out there, getting the care packages out there to people.
That was 2 days ago. Today is 22nd of November. The Prime Minister said that. People hear that? You make sure date it to know. On the 22nd of November, Andrew Holness said that. The 20th of November. I think it's this press conference. It was the 19th, I believe. Yeah, the 19th.
The government to explain some of the decisions that we will have to make. Because regardless of what we do and how we feel that we're making the right decision, Jamaica is a democracy. And ultimately, you want the people to understand what you're doing, appreciate it, and give their support. So we are not going to move ahead and leave the people. We're going to take the time to engage in conversation, to explain. Speed of execution will not mean in some quarters. But we also hope that in capital expenditure. So those who are of the view that the government can engage of how we're going to get through this. So the NARA, the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, will have special powers to accelerate planning approvals, procurement, public investment and implementation, reducing delays for priority reconstruction projects in designated special reconstruction areas. We will establish a high-level public-private advisory board, the administrative and that delivers real-time information of the disaster space. One of the challenges that we have had, not just with this disaster, but with several other disasters, and that is as a result of the very high level of informality in Jamaica, is that sometimes there are communities that we simply don't know. They're not on the map. You can't geographically identify them. They may very well be community named and described, but you can't.
Let me write that down because I'm going to need a timestamp that you know. This is Andrew Holness admitting that there's very well places, communities that they have not touched yet after 1 month. Key figure.
Jamaica is that sometimes there are communities that we simply don't know. They're not on the map. We know them traditionally by word of mouth. Informally, they are named and described, but you can't geographically identify them on a map. As a result of that, there may very well be communities that are not served in the disaster response. And so I've brought together under ADPEM's coordinating responsibility.
Thank you, Zion Love. And everywhere them know when election go on. They know everywhere. Ryan Cam, what's up, bro? They know every single community when election time. But there's some communities that are not on the map that, you know, they very well might not know. And this is the reason why them not get no aid after 1 month. No food, no water, no seeing the government after 1 month. This was the excuse on November 9th, 2025. I cannot make this up, ladies and gentlemen.
On the law, all the GIS systems supported by the Geospatial Data Management branch of the ministry, they have to be coordinated. What we don't want is to have several assessors in the field going at different times. So we need proper information. And secondly, if we don't actually know where the damage is, then how do we reach the people? And how do we plan to report to the nation that ADPEM is making progress, service delivery, but also to provide you with the information, verifiable information that you can use to make your own personal decisions about how you respond to the disaster. I wanted to just say a few words on shelters. Now, there is no question in my mind, and indeed, for that purpose. Or when we are building community facilities, because in this disaster, many of the shelters that were prescribed, areas that you're seeing functioning as shelters, were never prescribed as shelters. We just
so to place them, The 881 shelter, most of them were not qualified to be labeled as shelter. That man is saying, they're admitting their failure in front of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention. Leprechaun, how are you doing? Don't make it fly over your head. I want to know if you pay attention. Listen to what the man has said. Blessings to you, Jeanette. Zine, right? Listen to what I said.
Had to use them
in the
immediate passage of the hurricane. So decommission shelters. But why do we have to do this? Many, if not all of the shelters now are schools. So we can't have the shelters, the schools being used as shelters. So what we have done, we, the Ministry of Local, 200 hours of the traces, where possible, implement, and that is underway. 90% of the occupants of the shelters, from the shelters into alternatives. We are hopeful that we can do this. We're working very hard, but I can't stand here and give a definitive, but humanely, with greatest consideration, decommission the shelters. And I'm certain that this will lead to questions about what are we going to do for schools and when they will turn or the. I quickly want to turn to the issue of debris management, of satellite imagery, and the efficiency of the operations and management of the disaster, one of which is not unusual for the disaster management entity to be centrally located. The reassignment of entities on my Office of the Prime Minister, and concluded that there was need for strengthening the mission. Pleased to report that I have seen improvements in the functioning. Bring all of this together under one umbrella so that we can create a core of assessors that will be out in the field capturing data in a. We are hopeful that we can do this. We're working very hard, but I can't stand here and give a definitive. We're flooded and looking at communities in Falmouth and out of the space where people are living. We have started a process of emergency. Yes, we do have quite a number of trucks hired, but we take note of the reports out of the Ministry of Health, where we have seen some cases suspected leptospirosis. The JDF and what the role of the JDF is. And it has deployed more than 2,000. It established an effective supply chain, and they are providing security, actually out there delivering, or for much longer, for the transition that moving supplies from the main warehouse to won't be so much a focus on the humanitarian food and care packages. They will have to shift now to materials in the reconstruction and rebuilding, they are infirm or otherwise unable to do so themselves.
We need
but
to
before
find
they
this.
can do that, the engineering core camp facilities, because of the and Prime Minister must assist in the rebuilding. Countries which we are in dialogue with will be sending us with honour. This is necessary. Communities that are affected should start of the disaster. In another country is quite exceptional, going to taper up and be able to continue. So, we are very appreciative of everything that has been donated and given so far. And at this point, I'd acknowledge Ramesh and indeed the wider entertainment community that has come out and given. I think they should be commended and lauded. And indeed, I'm encouraging them to continue as long as possible to give. It's necessary and well respected and appreciated. But we also know that, as in any disaster, after a while that dries up and the state has to have a standing facility to continue to provide the service. So it's necessary that we start that transitioning in anticipation of what is going to happen. And to facilitate that further, we're going to eventually move away from the distribution of packages to, first of all, a coupon or a card system. Once we get the shops and stores up and running, and then eventually that will be rolled into an augmented path program where persons who are in need of this kind of relief over an extended period of time can be supported seamlessly. Right? So we are trying to return to normalcy as quickly as possible. For that to happen, we need to support businesses. And what is the purpose of a business? purpose of a business is to make a profit. So government has to be very careful in how it supports business. Yes, there may be times when government gives a grant, and there are considerations as to how we can help. I know the DDJ is considering how we can help businesses get back on their feet, and government is considering how that will work. In another press briefing, we will go into more details about that. But in my last press briefing, I mentioned, and pardon me for thinking that it would be readily understood by all, that we would support profit-making entities by loaning them so that we curate it or protect it at what is in the bag. All right, I don't want any more bag, carry something else, go. Gives choice, but the biggest thing for us, the biggest advantage, it gives accountability. Let me be clear. All of what we have given out so far,
listen,
the accountability rests on what countries have given to us.
I found it. Hey, let me tell you something. I watch you with me. One must know this by now if you not watch me a long time. I am a determined person, and I like to get it done. Hey, here comes the moment that him say, them not collect the ID and TRN. Me I go record this. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to record this. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the proof of Andrew Holness lying to the people that they have not collected or taken any ID and TRN from the people for any aid. Document your documented thing them. Can you see? Them see a war though. You can't go a war without your ammunition. So let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gathering ammunition. Man too lie, man. Man, we stop the lie, brother. True. Let's go. Man, we stop the lie. Let me go sub up, sir, and just take down this to move too fast. Go back a little bit.
Let me be clear.
Yes.
All of what we have given out so far, the accountability rests on what countries have given to us and what we have recorded in our stores and what we have given out to persons who we expect to give out to others.
Yes.
We have no record of the end beneficiary because we have not asked for any identification. We have not asked for anybody to provide their TRN. In this phase of the relief, it's about just getting the food out there, getting the care packages out there to people. Because were you to do that, you would see an avalanche of misinformation, which we saw coming out. So we have made sure that we have moved the products, the humanitarian supply, into the community as quickly as possible. But that can't go on forever. Once we start to make huge expenditures on humanitarian relief, we must be able to give a certain level of certainty that the expenditure went to the beneficiary. And so we actually need a system where that can be done. And the voucher systems or the cards provide that kind of support. So for that to happen, we need shops to get back up, and we need ATM machines to start working, we need the remittances.
Got him. Man too lie, man. Man fi stop tell lie, brother. On public television for your world to see. You have not collected no ID and no TRN for no food. And that the man just say, what again? Let me play the tape. Because I have the tape locked now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are for the power without that. I'm gathering. Let's go.
Let me play the tape.
Let me be clear. All of what we have given out so far, the accountability rests on what countries have given to us and what we have recorded in our stores and what we have given out to persons who we expect to give out to others. We have no record of the end beneficiary. Because we have not asked for any identification. We have not asked for anybody to provide their TRN. This phase of the relief, it's about just getting the food out there, getting the care packages out there to people. Because were you to do that, you would see an avalanche of misinformation.
Uncle Smaddy has spread misinformation at Andrew Holness and in government. No apology. Angus Madia spread misinformation at Andrew Holness and in government. No apology. Lie. But them not call it no ID. So what them must say? I lie. Isaac Buchanan tell us something. I like them try to say. Me I go play Isaac Buchanan. This was before Andrew Holness did the press conference. This is Isaac Buchanan. Zane, me I go record this. Me know if you find this easy. Me not gonna record it, but me play it already.
Band-aids that you expect to come on. All I want to say, you will have a quick appreciation. It's not S. There's no S on my chest. Not Superman. But I will say this. I believe in with all my heart and might about human rights.
Yes.
And what human dignity looks like. I mean, I can share with you. I'm giving out care package and I'm in pain because I have to be telling people whether they're old, whether they're sick, whatever, no matter what condition they are in, take a victim as you find them.
Right.
And say, I have a strict mandate from the STC and the ministry and the government that I must take a TRN and your ID so that you can document that you received a care package. Because the package is not, it has a value. It's your tax dollars that is giving you the packages. Even when the food is donated from all of the people them that's sorry for you. It's not Jamaica them sorry for you, it's you, the people. They look at the videos. Remember we did that grow up and them used to show the picture of the little black baby and him belly bang. And you wonder, hold on, if the pick the hunger and pick the thirsty, who I film it and who I take the picture. The people all in the desert and the drunk or pitch pan the thing, and who's taking the pictures? Well, those are the people who, they say 10 cents a day can feed a child. Just 10 cents a day. And you say, wow. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I have to document ID and TRN to give out care packages. I have to do that. If I don't do that, them same one are gonna say, yeah, they a certain color gonna say, yes, teeth, the money coming and get young. That's how they talk. I don't know why. It's not my fault. But anyway, because I know the ticks, and only tick me know at the one before the talk. Yeah. I have to say it as it is. But yeah, they said the 10 cents a day, and then I come and look at it. But I have to go for me, and I see walking in divine.
So that was November 13th. The video that I played for Andrew Holness is November 19th. So 6 days after Isaac Buchanan said this on his Context Matters, Andrew Holness came out and said they did not collect any IDs, bro. Andrew want war against misinformation? Trust me. Call me El Capitan. El Capitan. I'm the captain of that ship. We are going to call out the whole lie them when I tell the government. You're not too wicked. May I go here again? Listen to this. This was Partner Jar TV, and this was Isaac Buchanan. He was on 7 days ago. The date was November 21st, ladies and gentlemen. 2 days after Andrew Holness tell the lie, see Isaac Buchanan. May I go find the part where him say, don't worry on yourself.
Some education say, and it's just a whole lot of uprooting and this. Nobody asked that. You see why I'm here with to put on a GoFundMe so people understand and appreciate that. When they look at me and I try to give me $1.5 million for food, the people them give me more money in a GoFundMe than government giving.
Oh no.
They say you have to geotag. So they allow you to help 50 people to get $50,000 to I guess fix up them roof, because it can't build a house, it can't complete an entire roof, it can't do all of those things. And I'm gonna say this to you. You're obligated to geotag. So when the reality, you're talking loud enough, you're talking
Ishmael, you're loud.
Yeah. And so the whole thing about geotagging, they wanted to geotag. They use these big drones and they get the geotag. It's about crunching numbers. Him and Damien and do the maths. Now you're gonna come out. I think the numbers is embarrassing, because and if you even want to take a percentage of it to say that out of that, and the packages are not family size packages, want to take a percentage of it, $1 million to feed a constituency.
Listen,
with 39,000 people, and if you even want to take a percentage of it to say that 4,000 people are dependent and need food, you only get 300 packages out of that. And the packages are not family-sized packages, and that can only feed them, if you want to be cheeky, say 5 days. And you realize that we're going into the 25th day since Melissa has passed. Right? 5 25, it would have mean that more than at more than 3 weeks would have been gone. And that one expects that you've only provided for 300 people 5 days worth of food. Where would
estimating that 300 people alone would have been affected?
No. The Prime Minister had made it clear to me in Parliament that you're not there to feed everybody.
Oh.
You need to be
he did say that.
And I did see in
you hear that? Prime Minister made it clear to me, you're not here to feed everybody. All right.
The newspaper, the Minister of Labour and Social Security or something like that, saying that the Honourable Colonel Charles Jr. saying that continuing to provide care packages to the elderly, the weak, the baby mothers and the children. So there's a class of persons that they care about. So able-bodied men and women must go out and fend for themselves and must run down the partner draw TV truck when it come in your neighborhood, as well as all of the other charities and private entities that's subsidizing and intervening in the West. But what about the East? This is the reality. So in the Portland space, people are they come to the office daily. So you must know my surprise this week when I hear Barry, somebody say, me office don't open.
Yes, I saw that video where somebody
is OPEN.
It's open.
We clarify matters. And it matters also because I know I was clear and I watched the video evidence, because apparently I was on trial. And it was clear that I made an inquiry as to whether, as I had no knowledge of whether anybody can read or cannot read. So those are facts that were not known to me. And whether you vote for green, whether you vote for orange, I don't see color and I'm there for everybody. I try to make that clear. So I'm busy going to get tarpaulins because let me tell you something, it rains. It's almost like it rains every day. It looks like. But yeah, I'm saying a lot. Any other questions?
Speak. All right. So I have a question. I have a question. In terms of the collaboration between the opposition and the government, I spoke with you off air, but supposed to give 50 because there's a narrative.
Who made? Just you have to tell me who made is
two other MP that come.
Well, they so them can tell me SYM. I wasn't an Eastern place, let alone me to even understand that there was anything coming my way. What I do is the centralized government, the central government, and effect. You give them it and then you kick over the bucket. So it's still partners work closely with the diaspora. Opportunity to say that we should have partnership. It did give me some caring to ensure that a woman who is bedridden, I am Colonel Charles Jr. He did give me some care practice. Very difficult to hand them out because the requirement is that I have to take the ID. They give no cancellation because
people, hello, Colonel Charles Jr. I go find back the article we want to put in our paper. We want to tell we say the people them don't need no ID and TRN for care package. Listen to Isaac Buchanan. Timestamp 1 hour 14 minutes and 47 seconds. We listen, me tell you something, man. Andrew Holness, the wrong thing. In wage war against misinformation, call me El Capitan. Call me El Capitan. Because I definitely depend on the train against misinformation. Whether foreign or domestic, whether prime minister or regular smarty. Let's go. Let's go. Because he must spread misinformation too. Let's go. Alright? 1:14:47. Listen to Isaac Buchanan say right, so ladies and gentlemen.
A lot of this stuff. And credit to Colonel Charles Jr. He did give me some care packages. Very difficult to hand them out because the requirement is that I have to take the ID and the TRN to ensure that a woman who is bedridden, I'm going to have to take ID and TRN for her to get.
But why do you need ID and TRN when people are hungry?
It is because it is their accountability and transparency meter because I don't know. At one point I was saying to myself, boy, them want the ID and TRN. I wonder if the food that them I give them have some kind of experimentation in it. You know, the whole, you start to wonder if there's
all sort of things now.
them want it, and I said, boy, it don't seem right. And then I had to get up for myself and try to go make care packages. And I
got him. Game over, Andrew. Twice the man mentioned it that him have to. The government mandate him to take the TRN and ID from the people and before them get the care package. Tell we say a lie. Well, they already told us it's a lie. But you're a liar. So, back to the youth. We come out frustrated because he not telling a lie. Mr. Rory
65 to receive aid in
Mr. Rory Vassal. Frustrated because the lab rats them. They in a comment section I say a lie I tell because the government put out in a newspaper say a lie people I tell when I them I tell lie because they don't want to look bad. PR government.
Military Hitersfield, Westmoreland. We had to present ID and TRN to the JDF personnels. This is something I don't want to keep talking about. But if people keep saying I'm lying, I'm going to keep talking because guess what? I'm not lying and I got no reason to lie. They didn't ask for identification regarding any house that was damaged or rebuilding of house or nothing like that. Yes. It was for food. They came with water before, they issue out the water. We didn't have to use ID for the water. But when the chopper came...
Yeah, what my argument, ladies and gentlemen? Why me burn out the government? They can't talk about accountability all they want. When they want the people in vote for election day, they never need an ID, my general. You pull out the black book. So why you couldn't pull out the black book for people who are hungry? If it's a strict mandate that you need the ID and the TRN to give them the package, it means that if they don't have the ID and the TRN, them cannot get the package. So you have to make the people them dead for hungry. And this is why I said on my video that I did that if you do that, you are aiding subtle genocide of the people of Jamaica. Because a man are dead for hungry and not give him water and food because he never have ID. That is inhumane. Anybody can lose them ID and TRN in the storm. Them old house law, so why them can't lose something as small as them ID? Make it make sense. Andrew, you're wicked and liar. Straight up. No apology. The evidence is there. What Isaac Bakana do? Tell lie upon the government. The MP is telling lie upon the government. Say that him do. Please. Because I know him with him a liar, you know. Oh God. Oh God, I would love to see that in court. Say a lie, Mattel. Because we have you say to your own amount. You tell all of the administration them say, do not who this has sent me request. On TikTok. Chief Justice. Not even this cities. Even still there. Not even know who this is exactly about. You see what I say. Hello? No, you know, hold on. Hello?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Bolo.
Yes, I.
A good job, you do, man. I love what you're doing, you know. I'm calling you from Canada, and I'm a Jamaican, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I am with you, my brother. So, I can smell the rat, man. The things just don't look right. It just don't look right. All this here's to build back so fast, and the people, them barely recover, so... You know, things just, it just unacceptable what these people are doing. The ulterior motive was always there, you know. We see the ulterior motive. They did say they want to take that part of the land and build some city and what have you. And so that the urgency is just to get rid of the people and let's get on to the business of building something down there. I don't give about the rat sauce about the people. That's what I'm seeing, my brother.
Yeah, I mean, the focus is more on infrastructure and business.
Yeah.
It's not really about fixing the people's lives.
No.
That are the energy we get from them based off of them own utterances.
Yes,
You know
that's
what I mean?
exactly what I'm getting, my brother. I smell the rat, as I say. There's just something wrong about how they have treated the situation with no amount of urgency in a time like that when life matters, right? Oh, the place is not safe for us to go in as yet. What, are you waiting until the people them unalive before? That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
So I'm loving what you're doing, keeping the transparency, keeping the spotlight, keeping the accountability. of the Prime Minister and his team, because, you know, some of these people look like they have gone sell their souls out, like how Judas sell out Jesus Christ for 30 pieces.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Man.
Big up yourself. Thanks for the contribution. Me have whole if you go cover, so you know me not really to do the interaction for the TikTok. Like.
I know, yeah, man. Do your thing.
Alright, bless up, yeah? So we are going to move on from that, my people. Right? And we are going to move on to this speech here.
There's one thing that people say about me. Me not afraid of nobody. All who want her, make me one. Me we go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And that you would have seen with the government. Man come out with foolishness, we respond, not the government. Yeah. So make them, and as many means as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war.
Well, man say a war now, brother. Man say a war. So let's get to it now.
But there's one other way in which we're going to use generators. None of these that are given. But I see so many pictures of persons giving out packages.
Mm-hmm.
And it is becoming almost the in thing now on social media. Everybody's giving out a package.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think in the initial days it's necessary. But I'm also very concerned about the dignity of our people.
Yo, that brother is such a hypocrite. Yo, man, I laugh, yeah, man. I see him, Andrew Holness, this, where every indigenous, when they call it the Mumia funeral, he's basically saying that it's inhumane for them to be giving out the packages, you know, and filming it and everything. You know, there's no dignity in it. This is the same person that every single social housing that he gave away, it was a press conference. And he was showing the face of the persons that didn't have a home anymore and how he helped them. All for the glory of him looking good and for a PR to try and win the election that he's doing something for the people. PJ Patterson out of house where PJ Patterson and other PJ Patterson where people get National Housing Trust. He man never do that yet. No PR. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, after this particular video, go on Andrew Holness. After this, go on Andrew Holness. I'm telling you, Sassy, you guys go on Andrew Holness TikTok page and look at him last video when he post. He was giving away another social housing house to somebody that did. Now, you can't document your evidence. Them ever hear blurring out people's face? Since it's all about dignity. How much years has Andrew Holness been doing that? Giving away these social housings and filming the people them. Not just filming them, bringing in TVJ and everybody. Come off of my page. PJ build school. There's no arguing about PJ. PJ build school. PJ dedicated 50,000 houses, affordable housing in time, and him do that. There's no Andrew Holness do some about I don't know a couple thousand social housing program. I don't even know if it's a couple thousand. And every single one in film it. Where was the dignity? Let me tell you exactly what Andrew Holness' problem. Andrew Holness don't care about the dignity of the Jamaican people and how it look. Andrew Holness care about how it look for him as the government, that so much people is helping the people and the government don't reach them yet. Is the criticism you call you out, Andrew Holness, is the criticism you worry about. Yes, you are only caring about the optics and how it look bad for you Andrew Holness, you don't care about the people of Jamaica. You're quite uncaring. Right? Nadia, nobody talk about the cardboard house them where they sell. And I talk about and I try to disrespect Operation Pride. And I say, and for them think on Operation Shame. We need even talk about that. I am saying, if Andrew only scared about people's dignity, when he's giving away these social housing programs, he would not cut a ribbon for every one of them and carry the media come show the people in face. He would not do it. He wouldn't. Or some people sit on him and say, oh God. All he's doing it for is to make sure, yeah man, I'm here the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Look how much things I'm doing for the people. Albeit it is job and he might get paid $28 million a year for. It is his job. It is his job to do right by the people. Not just the people and we are pay tax. You measure a country based off how they treat their elderly, their children, and their women. And also their disabled. They're most vulnerable. That's how you judge a country status. Alright, E-Right, big up yourself. Zine. Yo, this is just insufferable. All Andrew always care about, and I will repeat, is that you do not go out there and show him up. Because people was talking about, even I was saying, when my man name, the artist Bridget, the producer Bridget, the Indian one, I say every time to the Prime Minister. That's him do more than the government. That's all him care about mass control. Andrew Holness only care about the optics. How people feel him overseas. And him tell upon himself the other day in a parliament. You don't remember Andrew saying in a parliament what there about how the people overseas view him. Right? And as long as them view him in that manner, he feel comfortable because him is a puppet. And he might work for them agenda. So as long as them think he's doing a good job and them clapping him not care what the people them think. Him don't care.
You know, I don't like my country to be shown as people running to get food, running to get fighting over package and those kind. I don't like that.
So why did you display all of the homeless people in the house? Every single one we build. If you care so much about imagery. Why you display that? Why? So what? The people should have what? Not show it. Then should have just give them help. And then guess what Andrew would have do? Andrew would have go some ups and take it credit. I said the government, look, the people are getting food and the government is involved. The people are doing exactly what you do, Andrew. And you them a follow. Film everything when me do. I you them a follow. You are the example. So how come now you abandon out the people and we are your disciple? You are the leader. And that's how you lead. You film everything. You go to song on cut ribbon and I film everything. So it's like Andrew don't want nobody take away the glory from him. He have a problem. He have a serious problem. He have a spiritual problem, you know. Because he operate like he my devil, you know. I devil alone so prideful, you know. The devil alone is that prideful. Devil want all that credit. Madness.
And it creates a kind of mentality that is not Jamaican. We are independent people at heart.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. That is BS. Andrew, you go overseas, go beg money. People independent don't beg. Stop it. You beg money, Andrew. You go overseas, go beg. You got the UN, go beg. You got the G20 summit, go beg. Andrew owns this country is a begging country. Not an independent. We're not independent all no. We're not independent all no. And this might have hurt some people's feelings, but the truth is just the truth. When we want help to pay with light bill also, we call the people them a foreign. Where is the lie? Where the lie there? Why so much woman are sell themselves to sell them picnic at school? That are independence. When you have educated class of people and like Singapore, that them have to hire people outside of Jamaica for certain job. Jamaica is not independent, Andrew. That is a lie. And you're a beggar. Just like the rest of people, and you follow the leader. Right? And that has been our culture for a long time. And it's just the truth. Begging. Begging, begging, begging. If we were independent, Andrew Holness, you would have all the equipment what you need to go rescue people. When you come on TV, there's no Mackenzie what they are talking about. Say, we don't have enough helicopter. So what kind of independence that? That means you don't seek help from elsewhere. If you seek so much help, I need so much assistance, you can't independent. Don't get me wrong, you know. Somebody can be independent, you know, and fall down, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know. Jamaica is constantly begging. IMF, World Bank, constantly begging. Jamaica is a dependent country, not an independent country. Stop it. That is a lie from the pits of hell.
You know, we are independent, we're not supposed to be doing handout. No, yes, we are in a...
Brother, the corner shop them in a Jamaica. No disrespect. Zane, if the country was productive, yesterday youth them actually at work, and yesterday I chat to my labor brethren and he say, in a field community, the man have to run with the man them, brother. After the man go work and tile, everybody want money from him. Before them go work too. So when them go up on the block and him have a little spliff, him have a little, you know, look something of weed. Cause he's a man that's smoking weed and him having drink. The man them look at change, bro. Jamaica is the begging central you're talking about. And it's just the truth. And the only way you can change the reality is by facing the truth. Jamaica is not independent. It is not. Whole heap of youth in a corner beg. Whole heap of girl are sell themselves. So youth are sell themselves too. And get caught up in them nastiness there. You understand? So which part? Down to JPS I beg money. But what I'm saying is, you can fall off at some point and you need help. I saw it, bro. Me know some people. Alright. I don't have a lot of people in my life where me can say, yo, alright. Me can depend upon them 80% of the time. Say, alright. We need help. We can call upon it. I don't. And you see overseas family, them some of them might watch me now. Them can't say Bolo. Them can't say Bolo like call them phone and I beg them money. Work hard. And even if me not have it, me hold it. There are some people like that in Jamaica. But the culture change, brother. A whole heap of bigger than Jamaica now. Whole heap. No, me tell you, they can young, you know, and get falling in the begging trend, you know. But at some point, you have to grow up. At some point, Balfour Clark said, no, Bridging, JPS borrow money. Jokes. Yeah. Yo. Yeah, if it was independent, most of us wouldn't have to leave the country. You wouldn't have so much migration. One of the main reasons why, and that's a good point, Leviathan. That's a good point. A lot of the people in Jamaica leaving Jamaica is because of the same issue. They really want to work hard and be independent. They want to get a house, you know, all their dreams, whatever it is. They want to see a way how they can facilitate those dreams. And the government has done a poor job in growing the economy and actually investing in education, investing in agriculture. We are not even food secure. Even before the hurricane came, Jamaica had food insecurity, you know. We were not producing enough. Right? We were not producing enough. How can you say Jamaica is independent and the king is still a part of our system? The king actually owns Jamaica still. Even if they don't call it crown lands. Look at your land title. It doesn't say landowner. Nobody owns the land in Jamaica. That's another conversation, which I am not necessarily the most astute to convey. Right? No, I mean, it's not because the younger generation don't want to farm. Don't get it twisted. They have some young farmers out there. It's because the government is not facilitating them. Remember now, there's people out here in the government that own cold storage facilities that are buying up the food from the farmers at a cheaper rate, holding it from the market, and then when it's time and it's scarce, they escalate. The money escalates and they make more profit off it. So the farmer don't make no money. The farmer doesn't make any money, ladies and gentlemen. The farmers in Jamaica should be filthy rich, you know. If the government was facilitating them, there should be a lot of millionaires of farming if the government was doing the right thing. Lots of millionaires. Lend me a phone, Momo, when you can hear. You need to make a call. And then forgot me. The farmer, them supposed to drive around in a beer Prada van and F-150 truck and them up there on their farm. And when they're ready to go out, you know, them pull up one of them nice S-Class something there. At them type of thing they feel go on a Benz or Beamer, you know. At them type of thing they feel go on with the farmer them at Jamaica. Even the coffee farmer them supposed to filter rich. That there's a problem with coffee farming, which we learned in the campaign. Big up Mr. Hubert Williams. Yes, he exposed the whole coffee thing. I was really going on. Big up that brilliant young man that the people, well, I know I'm not going to get into that. Big up that brother there. And I pray that God visit St. Thomas. I pray that God visit all of the enemies of Jamaica in the next disaster that is coming. Yeah, man. And all of them associates, anybody, all of you. I pray that God visit every single one of you. When the next disaster comes, the next judgment, which is soon. That is why you see so many people coming out and telling us to repent, because the danger is imminent. But that's another conversation that I will repeat and keep repeating, because it's very important that we understand. Yeah, man, big up Mr. Hubert Williams.
It's where we need to do relief, but we must never give up our dignity. So if you have to give, you don't have to, make it, just give that quietly, man.
Keep it quietly. So Andrew, when you want to give out the social housing then, you need to keep it quiet. Stop man, you wicked man, yeah, man. People, I want to go back Andrew page. I want to go back Andrew Holness page. Mighty God of Daniel, let me refresh this. The last video where Andrew put up on his page on TikTok. I kid you not. New social housing program, Westmoreland Central. Today we honor the life of Miss White, a beloved 79-year-old Jamaican who faced many challenges, right, with quiet strength. Through the new social program, we were able to provide a new 2-bedroom for her family. Although Miss White passed away this morning, she was able to, Although Miss White passed away this morning, she was able to experience the comfort and peace of her new home before her passing. Oh, so this is him honor the life of Miss White. Very interesting. Her niece and caregiver, Miss Barnum, received the home on her behalf, ensuring continued stability and support for her household. And him post the video. And the music, me no want. When you can't go look for the music, me no want. This look like the lady. She look like 79-year-old for true. So she passed. But when did he give her this house? So the lady get a house for Andrew and she passed away. You know, so I don't want nothing from Andrew Holness. I don't want nothing from Andrew Holness. I don't want nothing from Andrew. Not even one pin me no want from Andrew Holness. Can't shake me hand. Don't worry, brother. Me no want nothing from this man. Not at all. Not at all. So Andrew, the point of the matter is, you have been going around giving people social housing, and you did not make it quiet. You never made it quiet. You made it very loud. You understand what I say? You made it very loud. I don't want a glass of water from Andrew Holness. Nothing. Nothing. No, nada. No, zero, zilch. You hear me? Nothing at all. You mad? Brother. Away something when I play. Oh, see that.
Keep that quietly.
Keep it quietly.
Let the people who are in distress preserve your dignity. The people who are in distress, remember your dignity.
Remember your dignity. So Andrew Holness, the people that we are dead for hungry, they remember their dignity. You come like that, brother. You remember dead for hungry? Exactly. That's exactly what he's telling them to do. Shut up and be quiet about it. Don't show him up. I tell you, Nina. And the only thing he might worry about is the fact that the people them showing them giving people packages is a sign that the government is not there giving them packages. So when the government go there and the government video it, the government not video it, they not record it.
So, which is why I announced a week ago that we are going to transition from giving out of packages, because it's becoming highly political. Who never get, and if you go to a man's place and then him say, oh, you never call me.
You hear how him undermine. It is becoming highly political. Who made it highly political? So now he's flipping the script, you know. Tell us this man is wicked, you know. Now he's flipping the script and blaming the People's National Party for calling out the wickedness of the government. I am the one. You should actually visit reputable sources so you can speak more educated. I can speak more educated. I think you mean educated. Or maybe you mean educate. I don't want to, maybe that's what you meant. And what unreputable sources am I visiting? Isn't this the Prime Minister speaking? This was a press conference. I don't understand. This was the official press conference. I am playing the Prime Minister's words out of his own mouth. What is more reputable than that? What is more, what other sources are talking about? Name the reputable source. Name 2 of them. Or 3 of them, or 5 of them. What reputable source you talking about? Name them in the chat.
I'm going to give package with you, and you only give it that. Look, the amount of order. You know, the funny thing is
JIS. That's all I've been playing. That's all I've been playing. Where were you? You just come here. Oh, so y'all want to elaborate them? Where the Prime Minister tell us say the only place if you go to and the only thing that is reputable is the Ministry of Government or any Ministry of Government. Nobody else is reputable. Y'all want to brainwash one them. So I have pointed out that the government has lied. So they are no longer reputable. I have caught them in a lie. They said that nobody needs ID and TRN to get food. That is a lie. The MP came out several times and said, it is true. I have been given a strict mandate that I need to get people's TRN and ID for food packages. No, it's not a distraction. This is a teachable moment. It doesn't matter what MP. It doesn't matter what MP. Why does it matter what MP? Go to Isaac Buchanan's page. Go to Partnerjaw TV page when Isaac Buchanan was there. I played all of that. You're late. You come in a class late and I try to school the teacher. Look at this person. All I've been playing is JIS videos. All I have been playing is JIS videos. I am using their own words to show you that they're liars. I showed the video on JIS when Andrew Holness said, not because it's a storm and it's an emergency, we need IDs and TRNs because we have to track the goods that is given out. And when the people burn him out on social media now, him come out and talk about that is inhumane. We didn't ask for any IDs and we don't have any information all of a sudden. So he was caught in a lie. So have you, so hold on there. Have you ever seen I Am the One? Have you ever seen Andrew Holness lie? Yes or no? Because you just said you have seen members of the opposition lie in Parliament. Tell me which lie them tell. What have you ever seen Andrew Holness lie? And what lie did members of the opposition tell? Tell us. Tell us the lie. Go ahead. Me an entertainer today. Can you see? Uno too easy for us throw away in a trash argument of foolishness. Like, it's easy. Tell us what lie did the member of parliament of the opposition say in parliament? What lie did they tell? What lie did they tell? The Ministry of Labour came out in the what was Angela Brownberg called out on? What did she lie about? Me genuinely ask because I forced me to hear this. Andrew Holness told, as a matter of fact, I have it right also. I have it right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
I have it right here. This one. Oh.
Let me be clear.
all of what we have given out so far, the accountability rests on what countries have given to us and what we have recorded in our stores and what we have given out to persons who we expect to give out to others. We have no record of the end beneficiary because we have not asked for any identification. We have not asked for anybody to provide their TRN. In this phase of the relief, it's about just getting the food out there, getting the care packages out there to people.
That was November 9th, 2025 on JIS. But on October 24th,
strategy after the event. But for that to work effectively, the beneficiaries and recovery strategy after the event.
Context matters. He said after the event. The event is the hurricane. So preparation and recovery strategy after the event. So for that to be effective, what?
But for that to work effectively, the beneficiaries, the people who would require support and assistance, must have identification.
You don't say?
There is a view that because it is a disaster,
yes,
all the rules are suspended.
Oh.
I hasten to advise everyone, in particular the permanent secretaries, the heads of departments and the accounting officers and the ministers, there is no suspension of accountability rules, even in a disaster.
So you see, when Isaac Buchanan came and said he got strict rules from the ministry, the STC and the government, that they need ID and TRN, right out of the horse's mouth. Play that back. Right out of the horse's mouth.
I hasten to advise everyone, in particular the permanent secretaries, the heads of departments and the accounting officers and the ministers, there is no suspension of accountability rules.
Now, I am the one. You came on here with your chest big like so. You should actually get real sources. Not knowing the sources, not knowing the timestamps, not doing your research, not knowing what the hell you're talking about, and things say you was coming to school me and try to discredit me, but I have made an example out of you. Thank you. Goodbye. Have a good day. Come off of my page. You stink. You're out of order. You're not the manners. Alright? With a condescending self about you should pick better sources and more credible sources while I'm using the JIS. May I use them own source and I kill them. Move up and go away from yourself. No apology. Out of order. I'm to the man. I think of DB somebody would have did it. When I say made big, it's not hollow. There's stuff in it here. That may I tell you. Anyway, moving on.
This. The amount of JLP people who call me to say PMP MPs get package and don't come to them.
Now all of a sudden, hey, Andrew only say lightest man ever. Wanna believe this? All of a sudden, the black him already, man, or her, whoever, I don't care. All of a sudden, since them come out, since there has been so many evidence by the People's National Party that the lab rat them, don't team wife, and fear come below them at Santa Cruz, got 3 years with JLP they alone, and I give out package, and I make video say, and I try to tear down Zulika Jess. Right? All of a sudden, him get called and Isabel Rose. Right? But him get called and him never take the opportunity to burn out the PMP. You don't believe that? And then listen, what does it benefit the PMP that is not in power to only give the PMP people care packages? If the PMP wants power, wouldn't it make sense for them to actually make sure that they actually give the aid equitably, fairly, so they can get the vote people and we are labor right? Tell me, so that don't make sense. How Herald do? Somebody mute Herald. I don't know what Herald say. Herald, but they get blocked. For a simple pebbles block you deserve a block. Anyway, if it is counterproductive for a government that is not in power, a party that is not in power, to play politics. The one that's already in power and secured, them have leverage to play politics. I'm just telling you, the PMP is not looking at it from that mindset, in terms of, them are trying to get vote, This is who they are. They are socialists, right? That's who they are. So it's about really helping the people for real. If you know what I'm saying, Dorothy Brown, big up. Right? So him saying that him get called, present the call, present the video, carry the evidence, and if you don't have that, it's hearsay. Lie you tell Andrew Holness. Propaganda you spread. Straight up. The PMP did not just come out and say. There's several videos. You have the thing with George Wright and the police them down there. Take up here the people them can't get there and can't go on a police station. Instead of give out here to the people them that is there that need it right away. There's video evidence of that. Right? There's video evidence Ian Hill's car the other day. Right? And I know people in my community, we are labor rights will tell me things are going on in my community. It's not like them telling the aid is going to the labor rights them. They might make sure so them link them people control them local community them. Yes. Same people them will work pan election day. For them, yes, them same people them might get the care package them and give out to who them decide to give out to. That is actually happening. So Andrew Holness can't come chat to we. We know what go on the ground. Yeah, them runners and them I get the package them. Them now deal with the thing equitably and fairly. Period. So we want to know since as a come make claim now, make sure so you bring your facts and your evidence and can show it who you attack and who call you. And with the video there with the PMP only I give out to the PMP. Lie you're telling Andrew Holness. You are trying to create a narrative of propaganda you spread. And then you can talk about say we are spread misinformation. When you are spread misinformation, you're out of the man. What want Tanisha?
And I said, look, I don't want a political issue. Don't bother make no noise over that.
You hear why problem? Him don't want the noise. Because the noise, that is the truth, make him look bad and him party. So he might try to now create a style to say, but una do it too. And me here say una do it too. Lie matter. Total unadulterated plain lie matter. Not no gossip. Unless in can evidence can show it. Hearsay. I saw it work.
Don't make no noise over that.
And the person who come on my page and asks me for one source, me I ask Andrew for theme source. What is the source of his claim? I am the one. What is the source of his claim? Okay, good.
Right? It is disgusting.
It is disgusting
that persons would want to make political issues over the distribution of aid.
I agree. You and your party is disgusting for making it political. I totally agree, Andrew Holness. Only disgusting. We finally agree on something. You guys are disgusting. Yes, it's the truth.
We have to bring an end to it then. Because some people can't.
All talk. Bring an end to it. When you now go in a place, with the hear them, contact the MP. Not when you're done, you're here. Before you reach, make sure that the MP involved. Put an end to it. Make we see if there's going to be an end to it. Or are we going to find more video evidence of you guys giving out to the JLP alone? Because this is how you guys operate. A snake can't be a tiger. A snake can't be a dog. Una snake, all you do a slither. You know, on the evil, on the wicked ways. And I try to punish people when I vote for you after election done. On the wicked.
And help themselves. They can't resist it. And so we are going to shift from the distribution of food packages to giving persons coupons or cards.
So when you give labor them alone coupons or cards, how that I got change the politicization of it? This idea where I come with about coupon or cards, you know, he might go and let members say we're not new to this, you know. As new to this as we are, we still true to this, you know. We learn fast, you know. Members, so when the man them have the thing them, you know, what you call it? The card them to go overseas. What them call that something there? Farm card them. Members say them politicize farm card, you know. The labor right them politicize the farm card them. Because if a labor right MP did it, a man who is not a labor right now get the farmer card. As a matter of fact, some of them was allegedly selling the farmer card them. It worse than that. It worse than that. So Andrew need to come down. But gotta work on you still. So I got on time. Tell people, you know, on this platform, I do not encourage big up yourself. I do not encourage anybody threatening the Prime Minister physically. Greatest thing you can do is pray and fast and repent. Don't threaten him physically. You see the place where they right now attack, I be a police there and them are clapping up. Yeah! Labor right police there. So Ed is a people. We don't see what farm, we don't see the dictatorship state that is forming. We don't see the subtleness. Of course, myself this trouble. Thank you, this is spiritual warfare. But it's also factual warfare. Because in call for warfare for facts. So we have a facts up in a be a facts in I get right or something. Pure facts.
And they can go and buy the stuff that they need. Now,
a simple thing that for corrupt, man. Simple thing for corrupt the same card business we matter.
Shops,
simple thing.
Shops are not up yet. And that is why early in the day we said we're going to help the shops stand up back. And for shops to get back up on their feet, they need electricity. There are some communities that are not going to get electricity right away. So what they will get? We will loan them a generator so that when they get back electricity, we can take that back and give it to another shop. That is how you save money, because what we're going to do here is not from the generators that are donated. The government of Jamaica will buy these generators. So it's taxpayers' money. And we have to use it in the most...
Brother, the generators that is donated are taxpayers' money, same way. It's for the taxpayers. It's taxpayers own it. So where you go buy other generator for if you have generator? Tell me, say you go buy more generator to supplement this idea where you have. Albeit that I don't agree with it. But you say you're going to lend them the generator. Well, buy more generator for lend. So you can use back. This don't make no sense, bro. When you must say that don't make no sense.
Efficient ways. We couldn't take donated generators and give it to business to use. No, donated generators either support government resilience or we give that to NGOs or churches or so. But the ones that we purchase...
Alright, so a government generator then can't give business. Why? The business is actually a pay tax. So why the businesses can't get it? The businesses pay tax. The business thriving or operating is benefiting the facilitation of tax being paid, which we need all the tax that we can get for actually be independent, we can build back the structure of the whole country, the buildings, you know, people's homes, the roads. Same government building them like police station, fire station where get mashed up, like resilient buildings, not the paper house them where Andrew and Edmund Bartlett involved in it. As Muta said, I don't know Rasta.
Yes, no, we use that in business for people who are going to make profit from it. And they will have the option after it. If they want to buy it, then they can buy it. If not, they will give it to somebody else to use. Because we are a thinking government. The unthinking people who are selfish and just looking for benefits for themselves, they will think another way.
So, I don't know where this argument come from, you know. But people are said if you give the generator to the people who need it. That I only can speak for myself. That has never been my argument. My argument has been that the generator them what the man get, you know, expect, I know sensible person expect the government to give 400 generator to only 400 person. The same government that say them sensible, give the MP them $10 million and tell them so we give 100,000 to 100 somebody. And thousands of them. So when you check the levels of the actual modus operandi of the government, them not sensible. Them not sensible. Them sensible? That's sensible, people? If it's not sensible to give out the 400 generator them to people that are affected, how is it sensible for the government go to Babs and say, yo, me I go to 10 million as MP, give 100 person 100,000. What want Odin? That's sensible? He can't call the pot black. You know so what I want? He must say the people are not sensible. If you want to give the generator them to the people them when I don't like. But him not add up say it never sensible for only give the MP them $10 million. And I tell them say they will give how the money for housing material for hundreds money, $100,000 each, come up to $10 million. 100,000 times 100 is 10 million. 100,000, sorry. 100,000 times 100, yeah, is $10 million. So the maths add up, never sensible. Just like when I do the maths for the 400 generator them, for the thousands of people that will need it, guess what I said? This is what I said. This is my position. I want to tell me if it's a good idea. I said from the start, no, you use 4 or 5 generators in one location. Create a hub, like, right? The hub, it have to be a building, and it have to be big. All the people can hold. They can go charge their phone, they can go sit down. You know what I mean? Probably I'll play domino on them something. Ease their mind off of walk going around them. You gotta have medical staff, you gotta have a soldier, you gotta have police. Right? It's like a huge, just like how they build the hospital, the mobile hospital. Right? It not a big like a stadium, but a big area, right? Where it's temporary, right? Where them have the generator them. And them set up some stations, multiple stations, the people can go charge them phone, brother. Police have it there. Soldier have it there. MP have it there. So the whole, it's gonna be like a mini government within those areas. And the aid would come there as well. It would be a centralized area for the aid to come. Right? And with that, the generators would serve everybody. And you can use 2 generators at a time and rest the other 2. You understand? So them don't overheat, because you know you have to factor that in. You understand what I'm saying? Like I am not getting paid $28 million a year. And I think that's a good idea. to make sure say the small amount of generators benefit the masses. So everybody get light at the central point, and everybody get to charge their phone. And you have the Starlink them, three or four Starlink. Because you know say one Starlink, the amount of people they on it will get slow. So a centralized hub like that, you have to have multiple Starlinks that are open so people can log on their phone pan and use. And at that station now, what people are get to do, reach out for help, go upon them TikTok beg them lion and bear and tiger and whatever. People may not beg the lion and bear and tiger, you know, but if me see, welcome it. You understand? You can't do that. So they make it seem like say this was a complex equation to solve the problem of the 400 generators and how you are going to use them. Brother, the man now use them brain number. Right now, big man thing. If they did just give Damian Crawford alone this to manage, he's a mathsman, you know, so you know say automatically he's going to have an advantage. The thing would have better, bro. The thing would have better. Because what he's now going to do is fire somebody that is an expert in their field right at the moment when we need them to start work, and then reshuffle the entity and put it in our office. And then rebuild a strategy for how them are going to coordinate. If you take up more time. In an emergency, I'm going to tell you something, man. Holness government is the most ridiculous government and the wickedest government I've seen in my life. They want to tell people say, to be patient in an emergency situation. What can go so? Ladies and gentlemen, you think you can tell one man we are hemorrhage pan the blood table for surgery, say to be patient? Every second is the difference between him living or dying. Holness government did not have the right reaction to this particular emergency. Albeit that him go up on CNN and tell us that we have mounted a credible and strong, preparation and recovery strategy, and we'll be able to reach the most affected persons immediately after the storm. 1 week later, people still not see government. The man them feel the people, them brother. Feel. And I'm telling you, some people died because of that. They should be charged for involuntary homicide, right? And aiding genocide. Subtle genocide. Real talk. Then if you get charged, there needs to be an investigation mounted about the response of the Jamaican government. And they need to be held accountable for humanitarian crimes. I'm so serious now, I am so serious, bro. Brother, the man them could have done way better than what they do. Me now ask Christ. The man them could have done way better than what they do, and people died. Because there's a lot of people that died that we don't know about yet. I played a video yesterday with a lady, November 25th, 2025, on the TikTok page. She said our nephew died, water took him away, and the body has not been found. You think so the authorities them has confirmed this death yet? The lady don't see nobody yet. No government, nobody. Parati in a St. Elizabeth.
And those are the people who got Jamaica into problems. It is that kind of thinking that put Jamaica into problems. It is my kind of thinking that has taken Jamaica out of problems.
Brother, your type of thinking take Jamaica out of problem. How is some mad money you talk about? Yo, you mean the type of thinking where your assets not certified, and then they take the Integrity Commission and go court? And then you ask the judge to remove the part of the law that deal with illicit enrichment. How your type of thinking help Jamaica reputation? Any sensible country around the world, I watch you and the Integrity Commission situation in a court. I go say, but no man, this someone that look guilty. Because if he was, you know, if he was innocent, why would he want to remove the Integrity Commission section of the act? Right now, I'm tired of Andrew Holness. I'm not talk about him no more. I move on to one last thing I want to talk about. Dean Jackson Miller. Why, lady, if we love her one more time, it would be a crime. People, if you don't subscribe to Dean Jackson Miller page on YouTube, we just ask now, who now wait pan. From the other day, Dean Jackson Miller have them panties in a bunch. You hear me say? Everybody I get the smoke. The whole of government shall call them out for what it is. And I'm telling you, it is so refreshing. Because I've been waiting for this. I have been waiting for mainstream media to start to pull the slack. Right? I'm not even get to play the spiritual part of the show. I've got to do that one next time. I've got to do that one next time. The message from the prophet, I've got to do that one next time. God, the message is too serious. We can't just gloss over it. Listen to this.
Cue all the laughing emojis here because honestly, you know, sister didn't take with idiot, Mr.
You hear that? The lady said to cue the laughing emojis because you know she said the government take with the idiot. Dean Jackson Miller, thank you. Thank you. We have been shouting this from the top of our lungs for 1 year odd now. The man them take with the idiot, brother. I am highly offended. I don't like people take me for idiot. You understand? And I you know, I won't be excessively disrespectful, but trust me, I'm going to tell you some things. I don't like it. I don't like it. Because you're pissed on the ground and I tell me say it a rain. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
So Mackenzie, we're no idiot. So again. This is the third week in a row that the minister is telling me exactly the same thing.
Third week in a row, the man regurgitate the same line. Mighty God. Mighty. Me tell you, Nina, listen what the people are saying and document it carefully. Me know say sometimes you can't take for your advice because the spirit of God are working up. Because the nation are rejecting me now. Sometimes you can't take for him neither. But you see, sometimes you have to listen like a Colin Bell say. You have to document because you want to know what the leader of the country is saying.
So I want to know if the government is actually working with the opposition in the relief effort. So those are the questions you're going to be hearing asked here. Also, the question I ask every single time, why hasn't the government set up a national independent oversight committee to watch?
Because they don't want a national oversight committee. Because they don't want nobody to look into the money we are coming. Because they must skullduggery government. Corruption.
The relief effort. What were the answers this time around? I'm Deon Jackson Miller. Stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for joining me. Time for tea.
First of all, I understand how busy the Prime Minister is. Clearly, he can't visit everywhere, but he has visited some areas. Can you explain why it took the PM 2 weeks to visit the worst affected communities in Eastern Westmoreland, and then seemingly only because a bunch of Caribbean Prime Ministers were visiting? Second question, Commander Gale speaking at the PAAC last week when asked about relief work and how MPs didn't know when relief teams would be visiting their constituencies, explained the process and said what happens is that they contact parish disaster coordinators before going in. Can you explain why relief teams wouldn't be notifying, not just notifying the relevant MPs, but also having them as an integral part of their relief team? And Why is the relief effort seemingly so centralized and not community-based? 3 opposition leaders said yesterday at a presser that the opposition hasn't been invited to sit on any committees dealing with the relief work. Can you say if this is so? If it's not true, can you say what committees they've been invited to be on? And if it is true, why is it that that is the case? And fourthly, at this point, it seems clear the government doesn't have any intention of convening an independent oversight committee, despite your previous assurances at previous press briefings. Can you say why that is? And for clarity, the real-time audit being done by the Auditor General, very, very important, but can't be a substitute for that. And in relation to your own portfolio, Minister, obviously very important to get the schools back, but we've been getting complaints that some residents, especially in Westmoreland, feel they're being pressured. Got a report yesterday that teachers have been visiting and pressuring people to leave, and they feel when they don't feel they have somewhere safe to go to. I'll stop there.
All right, thank you very much. That East Westmoreland question was the same exact question I got in the Senate on Friday by one of the opposition members. They said the same thing. Why didn't the Prime Minister go to East Westmoreland? Why it took him so long to go there? And I had to show in the Senate a video of the Prime Minister in Westmoreland 48 hours after the hurricane. So I'll do that one. And I know Minister Mackenzie is going to take some other ones. I think it's to show the Prime Minister in Westmoreland 2 days after the hurricane, because I think there was a statement that had been made. It was 20 days that it took for him to go to Westmoreland. So I think this is showing him departing Jamaica House for Westmoreland. Okay, he's clarifying now that it is New Hope that he is speaking of.
Look, I'm very, very careful with how I word these questions, right? I didn't ask why the Prime Minister hadn't visited Westmoreland. Never asked why the Prime Minister hadn't visited Eastern Westmoreland. I asked why the Prime Minister hadn't visited the worst affected areas of Eastern Westmoreland near to where the hurricane made landfall.
The opposition been on any committee, just noting that the Disaster Risk Committee Council has the opposition on that. That is one.
So here's the thing.
People, on the ear, Diane Jackson Miller said a while ago, this is how you know somebody is thoroughly guilty, you know, when they answer a question that was not asked, because they're on the defense. Why didn't the Prime Minister visit the worst affected areas in East Portland? Why did it take so long? That's where the eye of the storm went first. You would think that you would focus on the first place that actually got hit. Why was St. Elizabeth the focus? Is it because of their plans for a city of some kind? These are questions. As them love to talk about propaganda. These are questions. The answer yes or no. Doesn't it seem strange that they called St. Elizabeth Ground Zero and declared that to the world and not Westmoreland? Doesn't it seem strange? Oh my God. Wow. Not Portland, sorry, East, I keep saying East Portland upon my mind, big up East Portland, the people them. I am saying Eastern Westmoreland. Isn't it strange that they did not visit Eastern Westmoreland, the most affected areas? The most affected areas. The most affected. This person comes saying I'm lying. What am I lying about? What am I lying about? So Dear Jackson Miller they lie to? What are we lying about? Denval, what are we lying about? You guys, what guys? I'm not a part of any guys. Big up East Portland. But just point out Wally Palai where Andrew tell a while ago. Where were you? With evidence coming from his own mouth. Where were you? What am I lie about? I'm still away, you know? What am I lie about? So, The most affected areas, ladies and gentlemen, is what she asked about in Eastern Westmoreland. Why it took him so long to visit them. You know why them can't answer it? Because it take him long. As a matter of fact, some of those areas he probably don't reach it. Him don't reach. It is said, allegedly, that the area of them in St. Elizabeth or the area of them, 2 area of them when land the first day, a labor right place. It is said a bad man labor right place too. Yeah. You know where them have them garrison, where them can continue to rule and the people them have to vote. All this coming. What the hell is going on, man? What the hell going on? No, something wrong there, son. Sorry about that, my people. That was an accident. Take off that smudger. Take off that smudger from a page. Because I said it is alleged. It come like you don't know what alleged mean. I never say I saw you go. I said it's alleged that the 2 area them went visit a JLP stronghold and like a garrison, a bad man thing. Yeah. It is alleged. That's what I heard. I don't know what the truth is, but that's what I heard.
Never asked why the Prime Minister hadn't visited Eastern Westmoreland. I asked why the Prime Minister hadn't visited the worst affected areas of Eastern Westmoreland near to where the hurricane made landfall.
The opposition being on any committee, just noting that the Disaster Risk Council has...
So, to show their incompetence, ladies and gentlemen, they don't know how to comprehend questions. And therefore, they don't know how to answer correctly. So basically, it's kind of like them spreading misinformation with the answer, yes? Floyd Shaw, what's going on? Him say war against misinformation, yes? Yes, that's what he said. Remember, if you are talking about the title of this, you just need to remember, say, there's a small amount of words we can write on TikTok. So if it is that you're coming here to be combative about the title, I would ask you to rethink that. All right? Yeah, just rethink that. He did declare war. War on information is still war. Yes, he declared war. He declared war on misinformation. It's still war.
The opposition on that is one.
So here's the thing. I've been doing a series of videos out of the information we've been getting from the meeting that the Public Administration and Appropriations Committee of Parliament had, in which I got a whole heap of information about the hurricane relief effort, all right? And I haven't even finished doing all of the videos. One of the videos I didn't get around to doing yet, though, is about this Disaster Risk Council that you just heard the minister talking about. But here's the thing. Guess how often this council meet? This council, that is supposed to be so broad-based that the opposition sits on. So the implication is, why are they complaining? They sit on the council. How often the council meet? Watch this.
It's annually or as prescribed by the council. So they did have their meeting this year. I believe this was June.
Once per.
Mommy, quick synopsis, quick outline. The opposition is saying that they want to have a comprehensive oversight committee, right, to deal with disaster relief, coordination, all of that, accountability. The government says, but we have such a committee that has this and this and this. Only to find out that that committee meets once a year and they have already met in June. Now, ladies and gentlemen, quick question. How does that committee operate right now if they only meet in June when this is November? After October, this hurricane liquid. We're supposed to be doing a present. Not how can they operate in the past for something that happened in the present? You see how the JLP use them brain on a dunce bat? They're out there with us gullible and take everything them say. See there, the PMP just want to get trouble. Then just want to disagree with everything. Idiot. Dummy. Buffoon. Baboon. Like what Aromatic would have said. When you see context and situation now, that committee only meet once a year. How can they even respond to what is happening right now in an emergency? There needs to be a separate oversight committee, like what the PMP said, with everybody in it, so the people them can trust it. The goods them are go where them to go, and the money in our teeth. Period. And anybody will fight against that on a criminal. So if the JLP a fight against it, them are criminal. And if the people them support them a fight against it, on a criminal too. We have a criminal mind, we don't like accountability, because this shouldn't even be an argument. If I am not a thief, I welcome the police and I welcome the camera them. I tell people all the while, I love their place with camera them, because nobody can tell a lie for me. No? You can't tell me somebody take up this phone and have your son and me thief. Go check the camera, because I know I never thief nothing. So as a person that's not a criminal, I don't have a problem with accountability. Only criminals have a problem with accountability. Good evening, Chantel. Only criminals. And this government has a problem with accountability. Right? Who is this person? This person has no brain. Talking about somebody with a brain. Me love how YouTube does black on the E that comment them. You're baboon. Yeah. Oh, so this person have a problem with Andre Stevenson. So because I respect Andre Stevenson as a journalist and as a humanitarian, that makes me a homosexual? How force me frightened so? Yes, I want to put them people that come on my page and attack me, you know. Yes, because I respect Andre and I big him up. So because I respect Andre Stevens as a journalist, right? As an artist, a talented individual, right? As a humanitarian. Big up Andre Stevens, by the way. That makes me a homosexual? In what word? I want to leave right, of course, say on YouTube. Them they everywhere, no? And I don't TikTok alone, but they must live on TikTok. Me have more problem with them on TikTok. You understand? But from the other day, one brother called me name where him come like him a criminal too. Based off of what him say in the oh my God, here comes somebody else. Oh my God. What is wrong with you? Andrew Holness declared war on misinformation. Those were his words. He declared war on misinformation. Where were you? What to this a smarty man? Hey, let me play the tape. How are you doing, man? Want to go away, man? Let me play something there.
Here. Cue all the laughing emojis here, because honestly, sister didn't take with idiots. We're asking about participation in the relief effort, right? And you're talking about a council which sound good, and which would have sounded very good to me, except I was watching PAAC. So I know this council meets once a year. No.
In terms of the new initiatives, I have said time and again that Cabinet is looking at using the national partnership as an oversight body. We've not finalized anything yet, but that's what we've been looking at. And the National Partnership Council has the opposition on it. We have 2 representatives from the opposition. There is Senator Lambert Brown, and there is also Anthony Hilton on that committee that also has the church and the private sector on there, and academia, and other trade unions are also there. So that is that, and I will confirm once we have a final submission in cabinet on the disaster, on the new committee NARA, and how that committee will be overseen. Once that is done, I will come back here and give you the final decision that has been taken. But no final decision has been taken, and we believe very much in the oversight element that it has to go outside of government.
So this is the third week in a row that the minister is telling me exactly the same thing. And honestly, at this stage, as I said, I do not believe that cabinet has any real interest in setting up this independent oversight committee anytime soon.
None. They not have none. They have no intention, because it wouldn't be that hard to do it. You see, me tell you something. They don't know the meaning of war. They're not playing tape, because we can't bother.
And it is becoming almost...
No, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
I'm going to show you how...
Everybody's giving
I'm going to show you how... No, man, I must turn it on instead of off last night. Are you to turn it on and I realize? I think I turn it off. I go let that go on, you know. Anyway. That are the least. This particular title of this report is PM Holness declares war on spreaders of false information. So me say, no war, no war. The man declare war. Everybody knows that Jamaica can't go to war with nobody without the military. Me say Andrew Holness declare war. For all those who have been paying attention to the news, I said it that TikTok have a limited amount of word we use in our title. So that's why I never put nothing else. We just say Andrew Holness declare war. Listen to what him say. Him say like what want to people who not try to defend what is.
I see so
nonsense.
many pictures of persons giving out packages, and it is becoming almost of persons giving. So it's taxpayers' money. And we have to give it to somebody else to use. Because we're a thinking government has taken Jamaica out of problems. Government. Man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many means as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war.
It's going to be what? War. Now this person come from a page. Jesus have mercy. Sometimes me have to hold back for disrespecting nonsense. Listen to me. Please don't come from a page. Don't irritate me. I am really trying to not. Just please. That is out of the Prime Minister's mouth. War! Listen to the man.
Man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many means as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war.
This is the same time when the man say, everybody knows that me no afraid of nobody. So the posture is war. But because you feel bad, said the Prime Minister actually said that, you want to play it down because it sounds bad. So now try to make excuses, but more remind you of something. Just want kindly remind you of something. We make excuses for the Prime Minister. I'm never using own words to remind you, know. So pay attention because you under one spell where the only thing you hear and you respond to and you believe Andrew Holness' voice. So we are now forced to communicate through the same words of the Prime Minister because you guys are like sheep. You worship this man. He's your idol. The man said war. That the man said war.
Perspective, the law gives the minister for government failure.
they like that there are some Jamaicans
yes.
who want to make
yes.
excuses for government failure. This is an ultimate failure of the government.
According to Andrew Holness, there are some people out there. The reason why I stop it here because I'm not time for you to play no 5-minute video. We get to the substantive issue where we move on. The man says war. Obviously, the man, you hear the other part of it, he might talk about when they put out foolishness on the internet. And he must say, all right, he can make meme too. And a war, he say a war. It's a meme war, information war. He did say it is war, that's the point. So according to Andrew Holness here, so, right? And this was the situation with the bad gas or whatever. The people that are making excuses for the government, it's a failure by the government. You understand? And him have one next clip where him say, you labor rights, make sure so you don't come with that. You understand? The government is the one that's running things and you must hold them accountable. Well, and the man also say you should raise your voice in concert. We are doing everything that Andrew Holness said the labor right them to do when him did a run for power. Because why? It benefited him. It benefited him for you, the labor rights, to raise your voice in concert against the PMP. But now that him in a power of the foolishness, you should be quiet. You shouldn't give out aid and make everybody say you are give it out because it's inhumane. But when you give out house, you want everybody to say you give out house to people. You want to see the high levels of hypocrisy. You want to see the high levels of hypocrisy. It is inhumane to show the people them when you not give them aid. You must do it quietly. You know what that means? Don't make them know say how I not we the government give the aid because it make us look bad. Too many delusional people in Jamaica, man. Wake up. I may do it out of love, you know. I love vest to big up yourself. I love you, you know. Let me cuss out, you know, sometime, you know. Only if you have sense, man. And wake up, man. Have sense, man.
It doesn't take a month to set up a committee, especially since the minister keeps saying they're looking at using an existing structure, which is Partnership Council.
Hey, you see when I hear them say them a look, exponential vibes. So we not tell lie. Hold on there. At what point did you see me or hear me tell a lie for Andrew Holness? I am on word me a play. What lie told? Where's the lie? It's like it's the same old nonsense every time. The only those settings. What lie did I tell? Tell me one lie when me tell. Because if you tell me the lie, I go find the proof say and a lie me I tell. So you only have said that. And I want to use our wonderful Miss, what's her name? Miss Zulika Jess. I want to use her words so eloquently as a lawyer put the other day for such man. Hold on there. View on YouTube.
Start with a long morning, and by Saturday afternoon, the Minister of Local Government also visited the constituency. He distributed care packages, 60 to the sitting Jamaica laborers who happened to be PNP councillors, were all PNP council received packages. 20 office happened to be right next door to the statement from the minister, and labeling a statement as being contained or filled with lies or accusing me of lying does not make it untrue, and it does not.
You hear that? Uno come in on my page and I tell me say I lie, me I tell don't make what I'm saying untrue. Where is your evidence that is untrue? Uno government official Del Right Chuck do the same thing. Come off on my page. Get away. Get away. Del Right Chuck do the same thing. Say a lie, Zulika just a tell. And Zulika just have evidence. You come, all you talk about Lie. We tell lie from election. You know what going to happen to you December 8th? You probably going to drop down. And have to go get medical help. Well, Paul Buchanan winning case. Boy, Bolo! I can't wait. Hey, me say me can't wait. They better have some ICU and something. Pan call for you. Because no for have got emergency. When you hear say Andrew Holness never winning seat, you know. And them are going to do a re-election for Andrew Holness seat, you know. Me say someone have a heart attack. To own go on the internet. And I run out like Ghostbusters. Uno do lie, stop telling lie for the Prime Minister and be a truth people that tell natural evidence. Uno if you have sense, man. You can't argue against facts, you know. When a man play the evidence, you got to concur. Or what you do is go and examine the evidence, see if there's any context that the person might have missed. Come back and say, see, you missed this part. And somebody that is sensible, that sees that you did that, will go, yeah, me see what you say. All right, cool. You apologize, move on. But you don't just jump on people's page talking about you're lying. Nah, bro, we ain't lying.
Matter. I see the statement from the minister, and labeling a statement as being contained or filled with lies or accusing me of lying does not make it untrue, and it does not change the facts. The facts.
You hear that? You coming on here saying I'm lying does not change the fact that Andrew Holness is the one that is lying. Hey, I got you. I hope that you ask better questions here. See that way I ask right there, son? You expose yourself. Make sure you ask one better question. Because I'm not even going to give you an answer. That is such a stupid question. That is such a stupid question. Mighty God. Anyway.
Which has the opposition on it, which has members of civil society on it. So why not just do it? Because they don't want to. Exactly. 1 month has gone since the hurricane, all right? Relief is being handed out right and left people
They don't want to create the oversight committee that has all stakeholders on it because they would be held accountable. When I just feed them people alone and manage the money and everything and the donation and everything will come in, all these millions of US dollars. Skulldugger can go on. Them not have no good reputation. Them leader is not certified. That means we don't know how he making money. We don't know if the Prime Minister is a criminal. And that's not a lie. We don't know based off the records of the Integrity Commission report. Nobody can say definitively that the Prime Minister is not a criminal. That is a true statement, if there was ever any. And therein lies the problem. There is a deficit of trust by sensible people when it comes on to this government. Because there are several other members of that party that is under investigation for whatever it is them under investigation for. And we don't know their name because there's a gag order. This is the same Prime Minister we tell we say search far and wide. Far and wide, and him don't know of nobody that is being investigated by the Integrity Commission for those things. Lo and behold, at that time when he said that, he was the one that was being investigated for illicit enrichment. Tanya, big up yourself. Nadia said, they're the one that lying from the get-go, of course.
Also complaining all over the place, and this is exactly why you need this National Independent Oversight Committee to look at what is going on, see if it makes sense, see if it don't make sense, and just really keep an eye on things. By the time it's in place, if it ever is,
never will be.
This critical first stage, the very immediate stage, will probably be over. And yes, I know the Auditor General.
Yes, and by that time, any amount of money where they can thief, right? Any amount of money where they can possibly thief, they will be able to thief it. Because they're not an oversight committee that's independent of the government. It's them same one, the same group of people that we don't trust to handle our money. The same group of people that have money based off of the Auditor General report that's unaccounted for. Them say them use the money for this, but there's no receipt. That's like me, I say, I go a shop and tell yourself, go buy 10 pounds of sugar, me give you $5,000. And when you come back, I may get $10,000. And when you come back, me not get no change. And you tell me, say, $10,000 for 10 pound of sugar. That means $1,000 for 1 pound. And I just have to take your word for it, Zine, because you don't have no receipt. Right? You need to get your facts them right here. You need to get the facts them right.
They're doing this real-time audit, as I said, that actually does make me feel a little bit better.
Why did the opposition reject the offer to be a part of the new committee? Because a committee of that nature already exists, the PAAC. You know what, I'm going to pull it up here, man. Today a class day, yeah, man, because John Star, yo, them people are really, really slow, brother. Because them question are rudimentary. Ask me some better question, man. Ask me some better question. Let me pull up a tape. Ask me some better question, brother. Seriously. This is just, Lord of mercy. Waste of time, bro. Waste of time. Let me find it still. I got indulge. Just I do one good live today and done, you know. One big live today and done. I know I go live again. Although I really have a lot to really discuss, but hey, it is what it is. I might go live later on if you know it permits. Definitely will. Let me just go to this tape. No, that's not the one. That's not the one. Here we go. Here we go. The misrepresentation.
Minister Floyd Green.
Here we go.
Released from the People's National Party Media Unit.
Here we go.
The letter issued by Minister Floyd Green on November 13 regrettably confirms the government's continued unwillingness to confront the central issue at hand, the urgent need for a credible, broad-based national oversight mechanism to guide the Hurricane Melissa relief and recovery efforts. Contrary to the minister's assertion, the opposition has been consistent. We have been transparent and unwavering in our call for a national task force, one that goes beyond Parliament and includes representatives of the private sector, the church, civil society organizations, and other stakeholders whose participation is essential to building trust in this moment of national crisis. It is therefore misleading and disingenuous for the minister to suggest that a joint select committee of Parliament satisfies this call. The country knows better. A parliamentary committee drawn only from members of Parliament and controlled by the government majority cannot and will never be a substitute for a national, non-partisan, multi-sectoral task force with real oversight responsibility.
Visit our website at pnp.org.jm or check us out on Facebook at...
He did an interview with Brian O'Connor. No, Conrad Bryan. Yeah, I think he come on make we talk to Jeffrey Tavares. Flight Shop, big up. He did an interview with him. The JLP suggesting that the PNP doesn't want to be a part of this committee. Lies. There's already the PAAC, brother. The PNP is saying we already have the PAAC. They deal with accountability matters of some nature. What we are suggesting is that we want to have everybody on board, not just the two-party them. We already have a committee with the two-party them. Go and read and look up. If you want to learn, go and look up what the PAAC responsibility is. And then you'll realize that the government tricked you. I got you. I got you, the government. I got you. Gotcha. That's what the government did to you. Gotcha. Now, if you use that name to come on here and ask stupid questions, to be funny, and think that you're smarter than anybody, I'm just asking if that's what you actually did. This is a got you moment for you. You were got. Now, if that's not the case and you really want to learn, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the PAAC and you're going to research what the PAAC actually does. Hello? Because he was on an interview with O'Connor. Conrad O'Brien, thank you. Antonio, we have some bright people in our place now. Fly chat did we laugh. We have a very, very serious right now. We have a brother where they did the interview with, and he said it is pretty much redundant for them to join another committee that's of the same capacity as the PAAC. It is very disingenuous, like the JLP is really a bunch of liars. Like, this is what they do. They are expert liars. But you have to be skillful, and you have to be not under a spell, a spiritual spell, to really see the lies that they're telling. You understand what I'm saying? Because these guys have become the piper for die-hearted laborites now. You just believe everything when them say, bro. When the PMP come say something, you know say you can go research and look for just that true. When they go look up the PAAC and say, oh shit, I'm right, I see him thing. So why them do that? Sometimes if PMP come out and say stuff and me and say, well, this was in the early stages. I was like, man, this can't be true. What the PMP I say. And then when we look it up, it's true. Me I say, oh my God, why you think me lose half JLP? Me lose totally half JLP because me find out say I be a lie then tell. After them fall, they too lie. Them will stop it. Them can't help themselves. Them always mix the lie with the truth. Them can't get a straight answer. So the man says simple and plain, brother. It don't make no sense, bro. And then the man say, you would think that the government that as a leader, Andrew Holness, that is in court with the IC presently, cannot be certified, would want to do everything in his power to make sure that the process with all these millions of dollars is as transparent as possible. How do you do that? Do what the PMP said. Bring in all stakeholders as an oversight to see where the money going and all of the receipts them and track everything. Simple. Track everything. But the Prime Minister have other plans. The Prime Minister has no intention, ladies and gentlemen. Moment. No, sorry. The Prime Minister have no intention. Now come there. Of doing that.
But it cannot take the place of what an oversight committee would be doing.
In relation to the question of the Prime Minister taking 2 weeks to visit the areas, the Prime Minister did yesterday explain that Jamaica don't have the luxury of a lot of helicopters. The Prime Minister did, within less than 48 hours, visited all the parishes that were affected. So the Prime Minister did, in fact, visited all the parishes that were affected within the first 48 hours, but a more extensive tour was done in Westmoreland because Westmoreland was the area that the hurricane entered the island.
I'm going to completely ignore the answer about how Jamaica doesn't have a whole lot of helicopters because we're talking about moving the Prime Minister of Jamaica, so, please. Secondly, the minister is, of course, ignoring again my question about the Prime Minister not having visited the worst affected areas of Eastern Westmoreland.
Yo, I don't think you guys realize what Dean Jackson Miller did. Dean Jackson Miller just rubbish the response from Desmond McKenzie. Bro, one person we are talking about for carry. We're not talking about for carry one portion of people or one portion of goods. So why you tell me about the limited amount of helicopters they want to have? No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad he told us about that. Because that information will be used against them because of the United Cajun official. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. United Cajun official. No. I have to go up on TikTok. On days before the storm. TikTok. United Cape. Oh, me calm down, remember somebody on the live. Jesus. United Cajun Navy official. Zine. You see days before the storm, I want to listen to this. And tell me, say, this is a government here. Listen to this. This is a part CNN.
And out front now, AJ Frazier, a Marine rescue swimmer who is helping the Cajun Navy in Jamaica. AJ, you just heard Matthew there, and he had flown through the storm. How dangerous do you expect it will be?
Well, I think it's important for everyone to know what's going on. I've been doing hurricane rescue since nonstop since Hurricane Harvey. The only one I missed is Michael when it comes to the U.S. landfalls. I remember Hurricane Helene, and we were having issues with FEMA because they wouldn't let us use our helicopters and our airplanes to rescue people who were trapped in the mountains. The topography is very similar here.
So, United Cajun Navy have helicopters and search and rescue equipment. And he's talking about a previous time in America where the authorities block them from using those equipment. And listen more.
Drove through all the Jamaica mountains. You look at your map, I went from the Montego Bay Airport down to Mandeville and then to Kingston. And those mountains, it's scary driving through there when it's dry. I mean, it's a bunch of cliffs and they're going to be trapped. There's going to be a bunch of landslides. This is not going to be simply one of the most powerful storms to hit Jamaica. At landfall, it's going to be one of the most intense storms to ever make landfall on planet Earth, period. Right now it's down to a 906 pressure. That's in the top 6 of all time landfalls if it maintains that pressure, or could be even worse if it gets lower than that when it makes landfall. So, it's most likely to make landfall anywhere from tomorrow morning to 3 p.m. based on what we're looking at. But I think an important thing to know, because I'm sure we don't have much time here, is we're going to need assistance from the Jamaican government getting all the units we're affiliated with, and I'm affiliated with as well. United Cajun Navy Task Force, we have PANSOC, we have Hooligan Gun Club, we have
So you heard him. They wanted the clearance from the government to get in all this equipment. It's safe to say they never got the clearance because we don't see none of the helicopter out here. So why didn't they get the clearance and we don't have no helicopter? There are enough helicopter, enough helicopter. Question to ask, but hey, want to figure that out?
Probably because they don't really have an answer.
And what the Prime Minister did by taking the team of CARICOM leaders was something good, because the Prime Minister could have gone to St. Elizabeth, he could have gone to Hanover, but we went to Westmoreland. And no one should try to put any motive at all whatsoever with where the Prime Minister have visited. Okay, the Prime Minister have visited all of the affected areas. In regards to the opposition's claim, the committee that was established is a subcommittee of cabinet. So you have to be a member of the subcommittee of cabinet to sit on that subcommittee.
Mr. Mackenzie, we're no idiot. Nobody would be expecting the opposition or anybody else to be sitting on a subcommittee of cabinet, because obviously the only people who can sit on a subcommittee of cabinet would have to be members of cabinet. Stop take with idiot. The issue is and continues to be the absence of that National Independent Oversight Committee. And yes, that keeps coming up because it's a central issue here.
So this argument about not sitting on relief committees, the minister, my colleague, have just outlined that based on the structure of the National Disaster Response Committee. The Prime Minister is the chairman. I am the deputy chairman. The leader of the opposition is a member of that committee. We do have meetings, and I recall having several meetings during burial that we invited the opposition spokesperson on local government. I don't want the impression to be given that the government is bypassing the opposition. There's a committee that was established in Parliament. The opposition refused to sit on that committee. The Prime Minister outlined the steps that we are taking to have an inclusive Jamaica in the process. We're just getting out of the hurricane. It is going to take some time to put the structures in place. And I would urge the media and other Jamaicans to respect the fact that the government has been working and things will come around. Everything can happen on the same day.
All right. So it starts again with this nonsense about this council that I already told you. We now know only meets once a year. And then he highlights the utter ridiculousness of even referring to this council by talking about how it used to meet during burial. 2024 burial. While we are here talking about the problems caused by 2025 Melissa. You know, sister, don't take with idiot. You know something? Tom drunk, but Tom not fool. I mean a fool, I mean no say one not fool either. So listen to all of that. Take from it what you will. All right. Gonna have to leave it there. As always, please.
I'm gonna have to leave it there as well, people. I made my point. Devil is a liar. And Holness say war. War for misinformation. Well, the war is on, my brother. The war is on. Definitely I come for full misinformation when I put out. Only the government. Alright? Big up on yourself. I'm out. So I'll take that person off of my page because they want to show misinformation like they not have understanding. So bye. Curiosity kids say you don't have to give impression. Blackburn Mackenzie, the fact are them are all criminal. Look who more ya. Big up on yourself.